talking about Mercury is in retrograde. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but check this out.
Back it up, retrograde like Mercury. Yeah. Do your little dance in them apple bottom jeans, yeah. But they out of season. If you got a man, why you text me on the weekend? Praying to the give me something to believe in. Play this for my fam, they gon' say that I need Jesus. Turn up with my demons. It's already too late, baby, by the time you read this. Poured up strong, this tequila got me in my feelings. A butt in the head, like my name was Beavis. Blowing out the speakers, fuck a noise complaint. Middle finger to police, Back it up, retrograde like Mercury, yeah. Do your little dance in them apple bottom jeans, yeah. But they out of season. If you got a man, why you text me on the week? Club too crowded, this shit weak.
You hungry?
Make the Uber drive through Mickey D's. 20 piece, please. Back to the crib. She throw it back like TBT. Legally Blonde on DVD. Then that brain was Ivy League. Come see me. Keegan Michael, she got the key. Drip expensive, love is free. She got the bag off PPP. Wanted sex, call it Sunny D. Not a joke, but it's tongue in cheek. Eggplant emoji next to the peach. Yeah, blah blah blah, you know what I mean. Back it up, retrograde like Mercury. Yeah. Do your little dance in them apple bottom jeans, yeah. But they out of season. If you got a man, why you text me on the weekend?
Okay, but I still don't know what that means though. Can you break it down for me? Like is the planet like spinning backwards, or like I'm just trying to understand it. Like that's just why you were being weird. It was the planets, or okay, fine.
Hello, Sunday fun day. How is everyone doing today? All you beautiful people. Tragedy Pimps Exposed. She's going to join me up here in a second, but she wants to welcome you all in. Welcome to everyone. Sundays are a great day for cleaning up. Welcome to Sloppy Sunday. Don't forget to smash the like. Thank you, TPE. Hey, Yep. Hey, Okie. Kelsey, good to see you, love. Sexy wild thing, McLovin, freaking baby face Claus. Man, I didn't get it out as smoothly as I normally do. Hey, Claus, good to see you, girl. Hey, I actually had a rough weekend. Not gonna lie. I have not been on YouTube all weekend because I couldn't look at the screen. I couldn't look at my phone. I couldn't stand to look at a computer, the TV even. Friday afternoon, I got the worst migraine I have ever had. I have like maybe 5 migraines a year, and I got one Friday. It started coming on around noon, and by 1, like I had to go wake up my son-in-law. I'm like, you gotta get up early, bud, because I need to go home. And so I came home, took a migraine pill, and normally if I take a prescription migraine pill, which I don't have very many, like I just have a couple samples from the doctor. That's like how little I need them, but it normally knocks it out. Well, nope. My migraine continued on into Saturday, and it was like at the base of my neck, into my shoulders. I think it's stress, tension. I don't know, but I couldn't handle light or even looking at screens. But today it's much better, just like a dull ache. And TPE sent me some very sloppy Sunday stuff. And I thought, oh, perfect time to hop on and discuss it. Oh, hey, Michelle. Hey, Zero Jules. Good to see you, love. Eliza. B&B. Sloppy Sunday, sign me up. B&B's always here with the popcorn, ready and waiting. Kate the Great. Hey, love. Hey, Mal. Hey, Lisa. SoFlo Mama and Tater both in the house. Hi, Thirsty. I'm Friday. Come over Saturday and we'll have a Sunday. I love that. Hey, Petunia. Hey, Hope's Echoes. And Reese. Karma is a bitch. Ooh. Hey, Lindsay. Steph B's in the house. And Sarah, me, the number one OG. Love you, girl. All good across the pond. Ooh, good. You glad you guys. And honestly, it was like the perfect weather to be down and out because it was rainy all weekend here, and so just you didn't want to do anything anyway. Hey, laundry. Hey, LFT. Jen Rand. Oh my goodness. Me too. I honestly, it was nice to do nothing. I listened to some TV shows. I was telling a couple friends about the TV series. I wanna go back and rewatch it when I can look at the screen because, you lose out on stuff when you don't see it visually, but I listened to the new Netflix series, Eric, and it's really interesting, so I think I'm gonna go back and rewatch that. Oh, no. Yeah, they are horrible. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody breathe easy. Tony's here. We can sigh of relief. Hey, Spudler. Maybe listeria, loads of water and it should pass. Comes from really? Does it so I love those veggie trays that you buy in the deli and they come with like ranch and I eat those almost every day. Now you got me wondering, Spudler. I'll definitely have to look that up. I will definitely. Hey, Nicole B, enjoy your garden, love. Yes. Hey, Roro. My mom fell and broke her elbow in a few places on the first day of garage sale season. Oh my goodness. Some people, okay, so confession, I have not been to a garage sale in probably 10 years. But I grew up like my mom kind of sounds like Mal's mom, like garage sale season, that's what it is. We're going picking, we're going junking, we're going and looking for all the things. And so if it's, important to your mama, I hate that she fell down and she's down and out. Hopefully she heals quickly. Hey, Wanderer. I don't know if I'm up for you have to be up till 2 a.m. Oh my goodness. Well, there's so much out there I wanted to listen to on Karen Reed, and I haven't gotten a chance to, but they're back in court tomorrow. Is anybody else excited that the trial is back on tomorrow? Because I'm excited because I think we're getting into the experts, and that's what it's all about. Like, I'm very interested in hearing what these experts have to say. If Trooper Proctor's going to testify for the Commonwealth, I will look it up. Thank you. Thanks for going live and saving me from the eye rolls I was doing listening to creator talk about not talking about the things she's talking. Hey, in all fairness, we probably all do that. Oh, it was your garage sale. Oh no. Oh, heartbreaking. She was listening to you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm really waiting for it to get scientific. And I mean, I know that and just to hear what they think the feds think, I'm interested in hearing that as well. TBE, whenever you're ready to hop up, love. I know she hasn't used StreamYards before, so this is new for her. But Sunday was a little sloppy for some, or maybe it wasn't Sunday. When was this posted? Hang on, let me pull up what I'm talking about. Heard of the channel Slop? That's the name of a channel, y'all. SLOP. S dot L dot O dot P dot. I'm cutting out? Oh, where Jen says I'm not. You might need to reboot. Yep, take your time, take your time. So has anybody heard of this channel? Let me present it here. You've heard of it from 6 Up? I had not heard of it until Gavel Geeks, Jenny and I had done a live. Let me go see when my live was. We had done, guys, this was a long time ago. Oh my goodness, 3 months ago. 3 months ago, y'all, I did a live with Gavel Geeks, and it's called A Review of Fred Hill and Andy Bernard's Conversation. And I think this is the one she's talking about. It was on March 1st. Let me make sure that's the one that this lady's talking about. It might have been the neighbor one, which was even farther back than that. Okay, that was the neighbor one. That was 3 months ago. Yeah, that's the only one it could be. 3 months ago, I did a live talking about Andy Bernard and Fred Hill. And in the course of that live stream, I don't know if it was someone in the chat or if Gavel brought it up, but someone mentioned that this slop channel and how they had put out a video, and it's actually Candace's video, and they had edited it, and they were claiming that you could hear the wells making meth and all this stuff. Well, since then, since me playing a small clip of that video, Gavel was able to fully debunk it because the music that's in the background of the video wasn't created until after Summer went missing. So it's just crystal clear that that video was edited. As you could tell, it was a video of the helicopters on Ben Hill. It was Candace's video. Anyway, apparently, well, hang on. Okay, yesterday. So this has been a day. The TBE sent this to me this morning. This is Deets on the Streets. This is from Slop. You have 72 hours to get my content out of your video. The video you have referred to has been sent to TBI and privated. Ma'am, are you telling me that you sent an edited video? You sent a video that Candace Wells posted 2 years ago, and then you took and edited and tried to pass off as your own. You sent that to TBI? Okay. I just people are not working on all cylinders around here, and it gets to the point where you're just like, oh, it takes all kinds of kinds. It takes all kinds of kinds. I just keep trying to remind myself of that. Okay. She said, I could do it now, but I'm going to be nice about it. Any other tragedy pimp bullies out there got any part of it? You're blocked. What? This is the video. Yep, the neighbor debate. Let's see. It says that the clip is 2 minutes. 2 minutes of my video. That live, let's just see. Y'all know I can have some long lives. That live was 7 hours and 15 minutes long. And you're telling me that you are all butthurt about 2 minutes where we reviewed your edited video. What? Oh, she definitely edited it, Kim. It was totally edited. It was her. Hey, chasing my sale. I'm broke as hell sale. I have one balloon. There was a comedian, I can't even remember who it was, that did a garage sale skit, and they're like, oh, I think it was Jeff Foxworthy. We gotta go. All the good shit's gonna be gone. I don't know. It's funny. Yeah. So apparently you're threatening to strike. She's threatening to strike my channel for this 2 minutes. Now, YouTube, I think, did say it was like 10% of her content was found in my video. I think that's like the lowest number they can give you. It's a match. So I did scroll back on her channel and saw that she was recently monetized. These are things that are going to pop up. You can make a copyright claim against me. You can. I'll just counter it and win because it was completely done within fair use. So, I mean, if you want to all of us to have to go through that process, we can. Hang on one second. Is that you, TBE?
That's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound good.
Yay. Okay.
And you look
Good.
great. You got your little picture up there and everything.
Yay. I did it. Thank you.
So, no problem. So, let me see here real quick. Let me pull up my live before we go to the next part of her community post. I'm just dumbfounded by sometimes these people sometimes, like, what in the heck?
Yeah, this is a strange one for sure. She lied on me, and she made a whole video about me, and she said that I played her content and I better take it right down, and I actually didn't play any of her
You
content
She didn't
at
play
all.
anything. I went and
No, nothing.
it says my video is at 1 her video is at 1 maybe it's like 1 hour and 16 minutes.
And I can't see the chat, just so everyone knows I'm on my phone and I haven't quite figured that out. Oh,
No,
there's a
we're
button
playing
here. I don't know.
the
I don't want to mess
game.
with anything.
TBE said, "I've done Streamlabs, I've never done StreamYard." I'm like, "Oh, it's pretty easy."
Yeah, I did restream a couple of I've
Restream is
probably
easy.
only done it like 3 times at the most, and the last time was unsuccessful due to my poor internet. So I just get a little nervous. Yeah, we'll see what
I
happens.
don't even see where her video is in here. I know it is in here. I know I played it for a tiny portion because Gavel and I talked about it, and then Gavel went on to debunk. Oh, here it is, right at the beginning. Let's see here. Original.
So you can read.
I find the one who shared this, but it does come from Candace's YouTube. So we go original video. Oh, I'm sharing Candace Bly's video here. That's not even her video. Let's see. This is Candace's video that I'm sharing. And do I end up playing the other lady's video? Yes. And then there's hers. And it is played for less than a minute. Okay, so to understand how fair use works, we commentated over that. We showed, we didn't, I wouldn't say we fully debunked it in that moment. We proved to you that it was Candace's video. You can clearly see that in playing Candace's video and playing the Slop Lady's video. But like I said, Gavel later went on to fully debunk it because the song that is heard in Slop's video is it was oh no, we lost TPE again. It was created after Summer went missing. So I don't know what this slop lady, like, I don't know what she's doing here with the threats of you have 72 hours to get my content out of your video. Or what, ma'am? Or what? And why? And my question to you, serious question. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what they're about, what content they do, anything. So I'm not sure if they're good, bad, indifferent, any of that. But why would you send a video that you clearly edited to the TBI? That's my number one question.
Yeah, that is definitely strange. I don't quite
It's
understand it myself.
mm-mm.
Uh,
And honestly, if you make just a warning, if you ever do listen to this, if you make too many false copyright claims, it could actually end up bad for you. But
yep.
do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. A counter is easy, a very easy thing to do. Yeah, it's a channel named Slop. I don't know.
I
Well,
don't
then
even think that it would go through like that. That
no, I don't think
she
it
didn't put
would.
it through. Yeah, I think YouTube would say that we think it's fair use. I would think. I mean,
Well,
10% of your video.
if they did put it through, like I said, it would be very easy to counter it because
Exactly.
Jenny and I talked the entire time throughout it, played a small portion of it. It's overall less than 1% of that whole live, so it's not
Yeah.
going to be a big deal.
No.
But the second part of her community post, that's a little alarming to me, and that's addressed to you.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I don't. I should pull it up on my other phone that I have here, so I can see it too. It's hard being on a phone because you can't really see what's going on.
Yeah.
I just booted myself a minute ago because I thought I would hit the chat button, and apparently you can't
And
do
it
that.
took you out.
It did.
It is very broad. A lot of people don't realize just how broad it is. So she tagged Tragedy Pimps Exposed and said, "That goes for you too. You're the doxer, you." So she's accusing TPE of being a doxer. "Why would I ever go to Facebook Meta to confide in you about other creators? I confide in no one, not in the true crime community. You're blocked too." anyone who supports these two bullies, bye, see ya. First of all, I'm gonna say that Jenny and I definitely were not bullying her in my video. You guys can go check it out if you want. We made the distinction that she edited the video, that it was a fake video. Yeah, I know. Like, that's
Great.
all we did. That's not bullying. Didn't call her any names, none of that. Might have been a reference towards the name of the channel, Slop. It's a little weird, but I think that that's probably what you're going for when you pick a name like Slop. People are going to be saying something about it. It's very, it's a wild name to pick. I'll just leave it at that.
It's a little
But anyway,
sloppy.
so she says TBE is blocked too, and that anyone who supports us bullies, bye, see it. She told you she was fired up. And then, did you say anything on here?
Yes. And then she also made an entire video addressing me as well. And yeah, she's claiming I'm a doxer. Basically, I made a public service announcement.
Sorry. Go ahead. Are you muted, TV? We lost Tragedy. So here is where she is calling Tragedy Pimps Exposed out as a bully. I have not watched this
Section.
one
So
yet.
I just said that if anyone wanted
There
to
you go.
contact me, they could. That's all. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, my internet might go in and out.
Yeah, you
I'm
went
gonna
out for a
put it on
minute.
my data.
So what
Oh, did I?
happened?
Sorry.
Explain
Okay.
again what happened exactly. Because I watched your video, and I'll pull that up in a second. But
Okay,
what
so
happened here in
yeah,
this one? I'm gonna take it down while we talk.
she made a video. She made a video first about Ziggy and just calling out the Ziggy and Fred stuff. I don't even remember
Yes.
what it was all about, but my point was like I didn't, because some people were asking me why Six Up would share that video or why we would promote it. But the point, and
Right.
so I wanted to explain the point of that was basically that yes, she had a, I said that I did not appreciate her misinformation video and that, I
Mhm.
just thought it was important that I think people are finally seeing what's going on with Ziggy and Fred, and even people who have followed her for years now are even seeing it. And
Yeah.
that slop channel, yeah, she was D Presents before, which she tells people that herself, so it's not like I'm outing that. But yeah, she
Mhm.
followed and supported Ziggy for a long time. So I just thought it was important to mention, people are seeing it now, and I guess Six Up played her video where she was calling out Ziggy, and then under that video I wrote a public service announcement, which I might have been muted when I was trying to explain it, but in the
Yes.
public service announcement I was just basically telling people, and we can play that if you want. It's at that
Yeah.
22-minute mark of my video.
Yep.
It just anyway, it says in there, if anyone had any questions, they could contact me. And I really only put that there because I'm saying things without proof. And if anyone did want proof, I would, possibly show them if they asked. I don't know. Just to, explaining what I meant in more detail. That's all. So I don't know if that's why she's calling me a doxer, because I said people could contact me if they want it on my Facebook Messenger. I even said that they should use a fake name on their Facebook. So I'm pretty sure that's the opposite of trying to dox people. But
Yeah,
anyway,
here's TPE's video, and I just listened to this a little while ago, and there's no doxing in here. I don't even know what she's talking about. We'll
no.
listen to this
I,
for a
I,
little bit
yeah.
so they can get like a feel of what we're talking about. So this is the video that Slop is claiming TPE was doing these nefarious things.
Yeah.
That is what we heard in the first hour of this lecture. So this is where we are now. All right. So that brings me to the public service announcement. Now I need to explain something. Yes, the video from the channel Slop was shared and I guess in a way promoted, but I want to explain why. Now, some people came to me and said, why would you share that channel and that video? Well, I think what they said on that channel was actually relevant. And the reason, well, the bigger reason that it's relevant is because that channel has been supporting Ziggy for a very, very long time. And all of a sudden, they're seeing it now. And I think that's important because I do think a lot of people are seeing it now. And if you think about it, there's been a few of us Actually, that's not true. There has been hundreds, if not thousands of us who have been saying this for years now. Years. But not
Listen to this bully, y'all. She is saying so many mean things about Slop here. Okay.
I'm a mean one. Well, I do talk
know.
about her. I mention her name, and I think that's what really got her mad. But also, I just wanted to mention that, so just so there's no confusion, I did say that her video was shared, but it wasn't shared on my channel. It was on Six Up's channel.
It
And
was
in
shared
this
on
video, yeah, and in this video, viewing part of that Six Up video, but I didn't even use the part where her video was shared. So she's confused. I don't know.
Yeah, I know,
She's
Remy. TPE can bully me anytime too. Like crap.
She's
These
not
people
gonna
are
like what I
mean.
have to say though about her video, because I do mention that old video of what he
The
did of
edited one.
the can. Yeah, so I brought that
Mhm.
up, and yeah, you'll see that part coming
Yeah.
up probably.
but not all these people who are speaking out have channels. And so when a channel does kind of come to realization and put it out there, then yeah, I want to share it. It's relevant right now. Just because they have put out crap in the past that I don't agree with, and I definitely did not agree with that crap. And I'm speaking specifically about the video with the helicopter, Candace, and apparently the kids in the background, and where they said that Cotton was making meth. I highly disagree with that, okay? That's very important to mention. It was clearly misinformation, and then it was debunked. Done, in my opinion. 100%, that was gross, and I did not like it. But what was said in this video right now was relevant. So that's, in my opinion, why it was shared. It was shared on Six Up's channel, and it just kind of shows you that people are seeing the light, even people who have followed and supported Ziggy for a very long time. And it can take a while, and I'll tell you why it can take a while, and that's because Ziggy is extremely manipulative. So if you're not paying attention to all the things, and you're just listening to her, then yeah, you're probably going to be manipulated. And it takes some of us a bit longer than others to finally see the actual truth. So,
And this whole video is really good. I'm going to drop the link to it because I hadn't heard it before. And we're Six Up. Oh my gosh. I had heard the claim that Ziggy claimed Fred had went and had his phone dipped. I think Chasing and Jenny were the ones that told me about that. And then Six Up finds out that Fred went to tell Hawkins, have a conversation about Summer's case, blah, blah, blah. His phone was dipped. And then Six Up finds a piece of paper where it shows that he was there to pay his, probation fee, was it? It was
Yeah,
completely separate
I
issue.
think,
I was like, oh my goodness.
yeah, you guys should watch it for sure. And
It's really
Six
good.
Up has done some really good Fred and Ziggy content, and all the links are actually in the description of the link that Deets just shared. And so the dipping thing, I think what it showed, and like you can't prove that he didn't also get his phone dipped, but what it showed is that he went there and signed off.
Mhm.
I think, if I'm correct here, I hope I'm not misspeaking, but I think it showed that he signed off on that new probation violation, the one that didn't
Yeah.
happen,
There's a
and then
picture of
had to
him.
pay. Yeah, so there's just lies all over the place here. It's crazy. It is crazy.
I thought there was
I wish I
right here. There.
There it is.
There's like a shot of it. Let me see if
And
I
that was
maybe
Ziggy's
want to.
thumbnail.
Was it?
I think it was her thumbnail. I just took a screenshot of that earlier. Yeah. So that was her thumbnail on the day that she told everyone something happened down at Hawkins County. So I don't know who's lying. If she's lying, he's lying. They're
Goodness
both lying.
gracious.
It's a mess.
9.
We're probably
I'm about to
confusing everyone.
because that is when it does say 5-9.
There it is.
Oh, here's where
Oh
she
my God,
covers it.
Ziggy.
Yeah.
Hey, dummy. Fred went in and signed a contract with his fucking probation and parole officer on the 9th. A contract that said he was going to make payments every month on his restitution. He made a payment of $10 on the 9th of May. I just showed it on the channel last night. So he didn't go get his fucking phone dumped with evidence. He went and paid $10 to his fucking probation people. Eliza, you did, but I couldn't see it. I was looking down on the right.
Oh my gosh, the way that Six Up reacts to this stuff kills me. Like I got tears in the corners of my eyes. And then
You
you added
dummy.
the sound bites. I love it. I love it.
So good. Oh
Hey,
shit. It's just
Hallie,
a
good
big
to
mess.
see you. Yeah, this was a good one. But back to Slop. There was definitely no doxing that took place. all that happened was that TPE was explaining why she had promoted Slop's video, and her reasoning
Yeah.
is that people are waking up to Ziggy's lies. And then TPE gives this PSA. We're gonna listen to that.
You're probably going to be manipulated, and it takes some of us a bit longer than others to finally see the actual truth. So, the point here is I left a little public service announcement under this video, and I just wanted to read it to you guys because I do think it's important. So, let's do it. So, this public service announcement is for anyone who may want to make a comment about Ziggy, may want to speak out about Ziggy, whether you have a channel or not. I'm just saying you should be careful. So, here's the public service announcement. There are going to be people who are afraid to speak out and speak up, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit, especially people who have followed and supported her, but are now realizing that she is indeed a liar, a manipulator, a fraud, and a con. Her and Fred both.
So this is under Slop's video or under your video?
I wrote it under Slop's video.
You wrote this under
And
Slop.
yeah, and then I'm reading it on this video as well, just
Okay.
for fun, because a lot of
I
people
knew
may not.
I thought that's what you had said, that this was the one that was under. This is what she had wrote underneath Slop's video, which if she's
Right.
blocked, you're not going to be able to see it now. So it's a good thing you ended up screenshotting it and recording it.
Yeah. And I don't know if she took it personally, like I was talking to her, because I was just talking to anyone and everyone and just trying to warn the community that if you go after Ziggy and she knows your information, she will contact your family. She has done it in the past. There are receipts. It's happened to multiple people, and so I thought it was a good idea to warn people. I don't know. I guess I'm the
Great
YouTube
thing. She's calling you a doxer, and I said to TPE when she showed me this stuff, I said, did she out herself and her initials are PSA or something, or she's not understanding that PSA stands for a public service announcement? Like, because there is no dox in here whatsoever. None.
I think she thinks because I ask, or I offer for people if they have questions to contact me, and I even say, like, I don't share people's, I don't know what you call them, like stories. Like if someone had a story regarding
testimony,
Ziggy, that I wouldn't be sharing that on my channel. I don't like to do that because it makes people a target, and I've never done that, and I just, it's dangerous in my opinion with her anyway. So I said that, and maybe she thinks that that's what I'm after but that's not doxing either. I didn't really know.
It's not doxing either. You're right. Solo Sock asks, I'm behind and lost. Did Ziggy really marry Fred? Yes, she did.
Oh,
And doesn't Fred live in a halfway house? According to them. I don't know. I'm not in their personal life, but according to Ziggy and Fred, yes, he lives in a halfway house.
yes, and just for a little update, Ziggy has decided once again that she's going to stop speaking about Summer Wells. She's not going to give us any more information on Fred because basically we ruined it. And she's actually taken down all of those links. Not all of them. Of course, hers are still in the chat, but she's taken down where she was asking for supplies for his essentials, and his Cash App is taken down. And some people believe that she or he or both may have gotten in some trouble and they were forced to stop doing that or asked to, or who knows.
I wonder. It's a good theory. It's a love story for the ages, Yep said. What ages, Yep?
They're going to write a book.
The medieval age? Oh my gosh. Yeah, if they don't name that book as The Holler Turns, I'm going to be so disappointed.
I love that.
I'm giving you a freebie name here. Name it as The Holler Turns. Wild. This is wild.
It is.
That's what I'm thinking, Golden, that she doesn't understand what dox means, maybe. But this is definitely not a dox. We'll finish listening to TPE's PSA.
They are here to get money to fund their entire lives and have no problem using Summer Wells, a missing child that we all care about, to do so. And back to my point, for anyone who may be new, or even for those who were manipulated by her up until recently, I do hope you hear me, even if you don't like me. That isn't important, but this is. Unfortunately, Ziggy has a history of using people's personal information that they have told her in confidence against them. Many have given her their addresses because they have bought items from her business to support her. She can do a lot with just your phone number or even first and last name. Please be safe first. This woman, Ziggy, has a history of not only doxing people who have chosen to stop supporting her, but also using their info and addresses to look up their family members and friends. She has been known to reach out to these people and then even go on her channel and read the messages out loud as a way of threatening the person who has spoken up and out against her. Ziggy has gone as far as having people's family members, as well as acquaintances even, on her panel as revenge multiple times to multiple people who have stopped supporting her or spoke up in a comment section about her. Please, just be careful and guard your anonymity. Change your YouTube name if you have to. It may feel like a good idea to reach out to another YouTuber to tell your story and even negative experience with her. It's not. If she knows who you are.
Listen to all this sage advice right here. This is some sound advice. This is nowhere near doxing. She's saying, you know, protect yourself, protect your identity, protect who you are. Nothing that even resembles a dox is happening right here. But
No.
TPE, as
No.
always, you're giving really great advice.
Well, thank you,
So
Deets.
that
I try to
people can
help the
protect
people.
themselves. Yeah.
I'm the
'Cause
YouTube police, right?
Yeah, you're the hall monitor. You're a hall monitor by
That's yeah.
trying to help them and protect people. Oh, thank you, Parody Patty. 6 months. You're like an OG. Oh, by the way, I need to make a our donation for the month. So if you guys have some ideas, do we want to, you can just type in chat, like, should we donate it all to Sebastian's Billboards? Is there another charity you guys want to donate to? Just let me know what you guys think. And I need to get that done in the next couple of
Have
days.
you ever done the Hawkins County Humane Society? Did we do that already? I can't remember.
I don't think I've done the Hawkins County Humane Society. We donated to some animal place one time. I can't remember which one it was. I'd have to go back on my community tab, but that's a good idea too.
Yeah, 1 month maybe for summer.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and
2
I can
puppies.
split. I can do half of it towards the billboards and half towards that too. We could do it that way. The
That
bones are
sounds
gonna the bones are needs to be accountable for the use and the overuse of the disappearance of Miss Wells. She has no morals, no values, and no credibility. The Wells should sue them, but that whole bone situation, like, especially with them connecting now, Ziggy and Fred, and then like some of the things that he said since, it just makes you angrier and angrier. It's the whole situation. Yes, Spudler. That's exactly what TP is pointing out. Just be careful who you watch and who you trust online. Be careful who you give your money to, and especially be careful of who you give your identity to. Sound advice. Yeah, you're not a good person if you have morals and speak on them in the holler allegedly. Well, that's on YouTube. If you speak on them, you think you're holier than thou. It's a wild I don't know if dichotomy is the right word, but it's a wild reaction here on these YouTube streets.
Well, and Ziggy is very like, she takes it too far, and I think people should know that. If
She does.
even the tiniest little comment, I don't want to give an example because again it can target someone, but just as an example that's general, if you were to recently have left a comment in her comment section, you might get threatened about your past history with your ex or something like that. Just that's what she does. So people should be careful. It's really scary.
Eliza's right. The fake CPS thing, that coming to light, that was mind blowing as well. They might have a case. I don't know. But I can definitely tell that this individual has messed around online in this, the online perception of the case, and possibly even done some things that could affect the investigation. It's not for me to decide. That's for law enforcement to decide. But I agree with Eliza here. The Wells might have something there. Spudler said, I am a part of the holier than thou team and happy to be there. Well, we're happy to have you. And me too, Patty. The way she attacked Gavel was that angered me. Gray Hughes fans are insane. I have never had any issues with any of Gray Hughes' fans or with Gray Hughes. All right. This is, I think you're almost done here with your PSA.
Just be careful and guard your anonymity. Change your YouTube name if you have to. It may feel like a good idea to reach out to another YouTuber to tell your story and even negative experience with her. It's not. If she knows who you are, it would be wise to just walk away quietly, because if you speak out, she will seek revenge. And she is dangerous and a threat to your real life and the real life of your loved ones. And I'm just speaking generally here. This is not about any specific person. This is just a public service announcement. I mean, if you haven't been around, you may have not seen it, but many of us have seen this. It's been going on for almost 3 years. This woman is dangerous. If anyone has any questions, I am here to reach out to, and I know Jen at 6up Media is also available for answering questions. My name on Facebook is TPEYT, and then in brackets, it's Tragedy Pimps Exposed. If you were to reach out to me, I am not saying this because I want people to share Ziggy war stories with me. That's not what this is about. In fact, I have turned people away multiple times when they've reached out to me to expose her in that regard. I don't think it's a good idea because she retaliates. She seeks revenge. She has no problem reaching out to your family members if you cross her or want to speak out against her. And it's dangerous. And that's just, in my opinion, it's not worth any of it. It's not worth your family members being contacted. It's not worth them showing up on her panel. It's not worth it for you to put your life in danger, technically, your real life, your off of YouTube life. That's just how I see it. It's not worth it. If you did reach out to me for support, or to Jen even, I can speak for her on this regard. If you did reach out for support, it would all be 100% anonymous, confidential, and yeah, if you're worried, you should make a fake Facebook name and reach out that way, just to be safe.
Listen.
And again, I probably am going to...
You should make a fake, like she's even going as far to tell you if you're worried about your identity, make a fake Facebook account. The only name she says in here is Jen, which is 6up, and I know 6up said her name many times, so there is no doxing whatsoever.
100%
Big
refuse to
doxing.
share anyone's Ziggy stories on my channel. Just speaking for myself here. I don't think it's worth it. It's dangerous. She's dangerous. And again, she will seek revenge. So it's just not worth it. Your safety.
And then even at the end, she says, "Thank you, Slop, for sharing your voice, concerns, and truth with us." None of this was directed at Slop. It was all directed towards a PSA, towards Ziggy, and what backlash you might face if you did choose to speak out against her now. She did, Kiko. That's what's so confusing about this, all of this. Hey, how's it going? You got something you said you wanted to share with us real quick?
Hi, Ert.
Hi, honey bunny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm here for my bullying appointment.
Yeah.
You want us to pick on you?
Please.
You have too many faces in your avatar. There, how's that for bullying?
Much better. I'm okay now. Okay, look, I can simply tell you right now, I've known TPE for 2.5 years. She is not a doxer. She's not a real lifer. So don't slap whoever you are. Don't even go there unless you can provide those receipts. And I mean ASAP. Put them in a video. Put them on your community wall. I don't care. Provide those, because that's some serious accusations that you're making. And that stuff is taken very seriously, especially around the drama and true crime community. And as fellow clip channels, as myself and Deets on the Streets, we stick up for each other. So provide them, please.
Not much of a clip channel lately, but of course, having my roots in being a clip channel, like, they're so important, especially now that I don't clip and I'm trying to like take in the content. Y'all, they are a valued asset around these YouTube streets because it is so hard to catch everything. And I get it. I got long ass lives. I'm not judging anybody for the length of their lives. I've never done that. But clip channels get you to where you need to go. And even if they don't give you the full context, most good ones will put the links in the description and you can go find it for yourself as well. So love our clip channels around here.
But you're still a clip channel at heart anyway. So
absolutely.
But still, the receipts go a long way. So again, put them in a video, put them on a community wall, but don't make accusations like that, especially with someone who has a reputation around here like TPE does. And she's never been accused of something like this. So
I know. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
She got really mad that I covered Prayer Garden too. It's in her. Obviously, we maybe don't want to play her content, but
well,
in
I'm gonna
video,
play it. I'm just gonna put the overlay up, but yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, she is mad that I covered Prayer Garden, so don't know, maybe she's like related to Prayer Garden or something, and that's obviously not real. just just kidding,
No.
but
Yeah,
she
wait, TB's
is
joking.
defending her. Yeah, I'm joking, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. She really went to bat for he. We'll
Hey,
we'll,
Jonesy.
we'll listen to it. Hi, Jones.
Okay. Yeah, hey, Jonesy. Jonesy and MJ snuck in. I
Hi
probably
to
saw. Oh,
everyone that I can't see.
and Spudler. And Georgia asked, "Is Karen going to take the stand?" I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I don't think she needs to. Typically, a defendant only needs to take the stand if it's going to, if they need to explain their case, if they're, if they got to combat some of what the Commonwealth has said, or if they need to make things, more clear. I don't know at this point that she needs to, but the Commonwealth has not rested. So we don't know yet if she's going to or not.
And last time she was
Hey.
asked, it was like I don't know, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Someone asked her, and she actually answered back and said something like, "If I knew, I'd tell you, but I don't know," or something like that. At
Right.
that
I
point.
mean, they kind of just wait and say, um, you know, they got to wait and see what all was presented by the Commonwealth to see if they really, really need to. And at this point, I don't think she needs to. It'll really depend on what is coming up next, which after 19 days, we've finally gotten to it, all the expert testimony. And I think that'll play a pivotal role. I don't think she needs
Yeah,
to either, Eliza.
no, I don't think so either. I don't think they've proved anything.
It
I'm
is
not
a
following.
risk.
I ain't following that case, so I'm gonna stay out of it.
We always end up
I
veering
don't,
off.
I don't think she needs to explain her comments because I think the defense has done a crystal clear job of laying out when these comments came into play, when they were first mentioned to law enforcement. I think that the defense has done a good enough job explaining them that she doesn't need to, but there might be something else later that she needs to explain.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. Nick Bukaki is supposed to testify this week. All right. Yeah, we can talk more about Karen, guys. Let's get back on this and then we can talk a little bit more about Karen Reed after if you all want to. Illuminati. People saying I'm Illuminati. Well, there
People
is
say
a
that
joke that
I
I
am.
am Illuminati, but that's been back from like the beginning of my channel. But is there like a channel named
Yeah,
Illuminati?
there is. Someone call there's who's the lady that likes to go after Morbid again? That was at his house and he filmed her and they had a
Oh,
roast.
the noodles lady.
Okay, the Noodles Lady. So the Noodles Lady, and I never heard it because I hadn't watched her channel for a long time, but people kept coming in my chats when I would have them and say they would call me a first name and I can't remember what it was and I wouldn't say it anyway, but they would say hi, whatever first name, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And so apparently that's the Illuminati channel that used to call out
Oh.
Morbid, or and they've changed their name, but I don't know. People are that Noodles Lady put out that I was that person,
Oh,
Illuminati. Yeah,
nice.
I nope, that's not me. If it was me,
I'll
I'd
have
probably
to
just
look
tell
it
you.
up. I've never
Yeah,
heard of it.
I
I
couldn't
have
find
a
it, but I found it a long time ago. Like that's how I kind of knew who they were referring to. They used to call out Morbid a long time ago, but then someone said they might have changed their channel name. So I haven't been able to find it since the accusations were put out that I was that person. So I have no idea. I gave up.
So at the very beginning, when I first started doing lives, oh my gosh, here it is. This is almost a year ago. I'll share it with you guys. Um, I started getting troll emails. I now know who they are from. Um, and that person said that I was like a part of the Illuminati and they had made connections that I was connected to the Illuminati because of the triangle in my avatar, because of the palm
Oh,
trees, because of so many other stuff. If you watch the video that I just linked, I cover it like at the very beginning, like why those symbols were important to me. The emails were really, really nasty and vile. And actually, that is the live where I announced that my daughter was pregnant with Crouton. Um, so that joke has been around ever since then that I am the Illuminati, but am I a clip channel named Illuminati? No, I've never even heard of that until tonight.
I guess we both are some sort of Illuminati.
Oh, we sound similar?
Are they? That's what they're saying about me though. So I don't know if they're.
Yeah, me and
Uh,
TPE don't sound anything alike. I'll have to check it out if someone
and if you find
um
it, send it to me because I want to hear if my
yeah.
voice sounds like this person too. It's weird.
If someone
Weird.
wants to email me this channel or if a mod has it and knows it and can link it,
Yeah, people were literally coming in my chat because of that May Noodles person said that I was that channel. So it's so strange. I I don't understand this place half the time. Why I take little
I
vacations,
don't either.
mini vacays.
All right, sorry. I know. That's why it's been nice being off for a hot minute. Yeah. Palm trees, Illuminati. So Florida and any other tropical environment is part of the Illuminati. Absolutely.
Well, of course, of course.
Yeah.
We are the bullying Illuminati people up here.
But no, I'd never even heard of a channel. I mean, I know there's a channel called Cluminati, but I didn't know about one named Illuminati.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are
were
doing a
more
great
popular.
job with that. What'd you say,
Clue.
TP?
I was just saying that that Illuminati channel, I think, was a bigger size channel back when Morbid was first getting accused of things, like probably
Oh,
a year or two ago, like or more. I don't know. It was a while ago though, and that's when I first saw that channel. But then I lost track of it completely, and it was only reminded of it when people started saying that I was that person. Anyway, that's it.
interesting.
Very
Interesting.
interesting.
Do you know for a fact it's not? Oh, sorry. Georgia was saying that you and Six Up are doing a good job on, or not Georgia. Frenchie said that you and Six Up are doing a great job on the Ziggy content. And
Thank
I have
you.
to agree. You guys
Mhm.
absolutely are. And again, why
Thank
clips are so important. I was able to watch TPE's clips and then go back to like certain sections of Six Subs.
Yeah. Thank you, Frenchie. I love ya.
And then
How do you
Georgia
say
says, "You guys sound similar, but I know for a fact that it isn't you. Do you know for a fact it's not me because it's you?"
it? I don't know
I
much.
remember. I remember when you were first called that.
Yeah. Someone said that TPE sounds like May Noodles. I would have to listen to
What?
her
What?
again, but I don't think
Now
she
I'm being
sounds
No.
noodles?
like her.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-uh. Oh gosh. Okay, enough with
Just
that.
I'm just gonna be clear. I've never had like another YouTube channel that I've
Mhm.
gone made videos on or gone live on or any I've never hit the live button on any other platform or made a video on any other platform besides YouTube when you guys saw me in this community. So I didn't even know what YouTube was besides like, home fix-its and stuff like that before I found Summer Wells.
Oh, I have heard of this one. It's okay, it's Illuminati.
Oh, different.
Illuminati. Let me pull it
Yeah,
up
that's who
here.
they're saying that sounds like me. Well, I think Noodles said that it was me. She was going around telling people that it was me. I didn't hear it though, so I can't say for sure, but people were definitely accusing me of being that channel,
Okay, I
thanks
don't
to
think
her.
it sounds like you, but I'll play that in a second. Let me go ahead. I'm
Okay.
gonna throw the screen up, and we're gonna play. We'll get back to our original topic. We're gonna play Slop's rebuttal to TPE, but
Flop's gonna
I'm
be
gonna.
big mad.
Real
Huh?
quick,
It's
Deets.
okay.
Oh yeah, go
Real,
ahead, Earth.
does this slop person know the difference between doxing and real life?
I don't think so.
I don't
Okay,
know.
because let's educate her, because I do have something pulled up, because I ran into this problem for a couple of days,
Mhm.
and I've had to educate a few folks. And when you're done, let's educate this person, because
Okay.
folks need to know what the difference is between real life and doxing.
Yes. Um, but see, here's the thing: TPE didn't even go real life, so I don't even know why
No,
she's saying any of these things at all.
no.
No.
Um,
I think she got mad that I called her
Hey,
whatever I
Hippo.
said about her video. I think that's probably
I
what it
think
was.
that's what it is, and she just threw crap out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
boo.
though I was giving her props too, like for other things, for the reason, like the current events, but whatever.
Oh,
Thank you,
boo
Wee
hoo.
Anyway,
Frosty, by the way.
Like, oh, boo hoo.
hey,
We
we
get
friends.
criticized on our videos all the time.
I know.
Oh, for sure. And also, Slop, this is something I forgot to mention. Slop seems to think that I go after people who talk about missing kids and who are monetized. And that is just not true. Well, I guess I do in a way, but that is not, like, I wouldn't
It's
want
not
to
your
expose someone.
criteria of who,
Yeah.
like, they don't
Like
have to
if
meet that special. Gotcha.
right, if someone is just putting out responsible, factual information on missing children and they're monetized, I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like I'm
Mm-mm.
monetized and I do that. I don't monetize those videos specifically, but my channel is monetized. I'd be a pretty big hypocrite if I were to say that. My thing is more people who are spreading misinformation, people who attach themselves to victims and or witnesses and insert themselves
Into the
into a
case.
case and you know where it can actually affect a case. But it's
Mhm.
really the misinformation and the victim bashing and the flat out lies and you know non-factual information that I tend to make videos about because that's what's important to me. So it's not about monetization at all. If they're monetized on top of that while they're doing that, yeah, that means they're profiting off of exploitation. But exploitation to me maybe doesn't mean the same thing as it does to other people, right?
It
So I
could
don't know.
be. That's the thing, and people will just automatically assume. I think that they get this idea in their heads that like, oh, if they're going to address these things, then they're against this, 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 and this. No, I've never been against anyone monetizing. I've never spoken out
Same.
against it. I've never thrown it in anyone's face. Um, it's just not something
It's
I typically talk about, but a lot of people assume I have and do. It's weird.
same, yeah. And I have done that if it's a channel that is monetizing off of the back of a missing child, but misinformation, lies, like just and hate bashing against victims and families, that it would have to have both of those criterias in there to be something I would call out. It wouldn't just be someone sitting there making factual awareness videos about a missing child and then monetizing it. That I don't see a problem with that personally.
Mm.
It
Oh,
spreads
there's a
awareness.
mad kitty cat over there. Okay. I'll throw the layover back up and we will listen to a little bit of Slops. She says the title of this is Calling Out a YouTube Bully at Tragedy Pimps Exposed. She's
I'm
an
a bully.
exploiter, a YouTube bully, and a bully. Those are her hashtags.
And you guys will see she flat out lies multiple times because just don't
Wow.
forget, I never used her content. I showed a picture
She
of her
didn't.
video. I showed a
Yeah.
picture of her video, which we can all see with our own eyes every day. Like, and that was more of a promotion thing than anything. I didn't show a picture of the misinformation video. I showed a picture of the one that I was saying was important. And
Oh,
that's
so
all.
you showed a picture of her video in a positive manner.
Yeah, like I also made the disclaimer kind of before that I didn't agree with her video with the misinformation in it that we already discussed. But the only reason I brought that up is because a couple of people had actually asked me why would, well, it was on Six Up's channel, but I was in the chat, you know, like with her kind of. So they asked me, why would you promote this channel who spread misinformation? And my answer to that was, I don't agree with that old misinformation video that happened. It's been debunked. I still don't agree with it, but I wanted to still comment on the newer video that was relevant to that day, today, right now,
Mm-hmm.
and explain and then do the PSA. That was just the point of it all, I guess, for me. But
It
yeah,
was
so
a
that's
good
why I brought it
PSA
up.
too. It was a
Thank
good
you.
one. And Pearl said, whoa, there is no way that TPE is Illuminati, who is Blair Zahn. Apparently, this is known. I know for a fact, but the age location is way different. Blair had a whole online organization, is now up to her neck in lawsuits.
Oh, geez.
Dang.
Well, there you
Sounds
go.
like
Yeah, that's not me.
Illuminati was naughty.
Damn.
Yeah, Noodle. It was Noodles that put that out there. A bunch of her people believed it, I
Wow.
guess. Anyway,
Wow.
thanks, Pearl, for letting people know that it's not me. If it was, I'd
Yes,
probably
thank
just tell
you.
you.
Right?
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, here is Slop.
Sloppy.
For Tragedy Pimps Exposed. If everybody left the Summer Wells case like you want them to, the Prayer Garden of America,
I'm gonna speed
everybody
her
you
up.
get against, they're Summer Wells creators. Leave them alone. And it goes for my channel too. You can't even come to my channel unless you come under a different name. I saw you, Snake, coming when you left public service message in my comments. I saw you, Snake. I saw you.
So you're a snake now too. Welcome to the Snake Club. Freak Snakes Unite. Oh my
Snake.
god.
I like snakes. Well, no, I don't.
Welcome to the
So
Snake
this is
Pit.
funny. Gear up, guys. This is good.
Mhm.
I'm a lot of things in this video.
This is the
Wow.
channel Slop calling out Tragedy Pimps Exposed.
Slithering
why?
on your belly coming. And you know what? I would have been your next target, and I know it. I could feel it. I could feel you coming. You better stay away. Don't use any of my content and keep my
Okay, so she's preemptively calling you out. You haven't even
Yes.
done anything to her, and she's like, I can feel you slithering towards me, so let me just stop you in your tracks.
She's preparing in advance, I guess.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay. Let's hear some more before I say what I think.
keep my name out your mouth. You got it?
You got it?
I just sound like this. Somebody that don't know the rules and how YouTube works, and you only been having a channel since 2022, you're a late comer. But keep my name out your mouth. You got it? Better keep my name out your mouth. Keep Prayer Garden's name out your mouth too, because she's been working for Summer Wells, keeping her name out there. YouTube partner program says we can make all the money we want off of any videos as long as they follow within the guidelines. I don't know about Prayer Gardens because she got too much cussing in hers. But
So she is a Prayer Garden fan.
Yes.
First of all, you know what else is in the YouTube guidelines, Miss Slop? It's called fair use. And we can fair use the hell out of your content. Anybody can.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll make a
Yep.
video. I mean, I might do it. You just never know.
You may be a
Oh, yeah.
snake. You a freak snake, right, Remy? You gotta be a freak snake.
Keep my name out your mouth.
But
Love
Slop,
it.
there's one thing else that's in the TOS, and that is misinformation.
Yeah, it's hard to
That's
get
true.
them to follow their TOS, which I'm going to talk about that
True.
a little bit later, pertaining to another issue. So, oh, gavel, it's Sloppy Sunday, and
Welcome to
we
Sloppy
are
Sunday.
addressing me and TPE being called out by slop. It's so weird to even say, like, this is the sentence I am putting out there.
Welcome to the Snake Pit, Gavel.
Slop.
Gavel, you're gonna need to rewind just a little bit, maybe.
Oh, I agree,
Eventually.
Eliza. Like, you can picture her telling stories from a rocking chair on her cabin porch while sipping some moonshine and just totally, like, making up shit. Like, yeah.
I
Like,
love it.
she's going to tell you about how the good old days are, and it's probably all going to be fabricated.
Oh, and I should add too, like my channel started in 2022, but I think everyone knows I've been here since 2021, soon after June 15th. Most people know that by now, but yeah, I did create my channel in 2022 because I was sick of all this BS and I had some things to say. So anyway, I'm not new here, sloppy, just so you know.
Wow.
And you've done a good job since, honey.
I'm trying to help
Oops.
Summer Wells,
Thank
not
you.
harm Summer Wells. They follow within the guidelines. I don't know about Prayer Gardens because she got too much cussing in hers. But I'm trying to help Summer Wells, not harm Summer Wells. You got that? Why don't you go after some of them bigger channels like Michelle After Dark? How many days has that little boy been missing from Tennessee? What's his name, Sebastian? How many days has he been missing? Then look at Michelle's number of videos she's got on him already. Look at
This is
Summer
where
Wells,
she.
500 and something
sorry.
videos on Summer.
Yeah, so now in her saying that TPE can't call her out, she's calling out Michelle
Yeah.
After Dark.
She's proving my point,
She's
really.
showing
I
the
mean,
pictures of Michelle's channel. This is hilarious.
she's kind of proving the point, and like Michelle After Dark, this is just my opinion on it. I do think that she uses, like, she has done a lot of Sebastian videos pretty much daily. There's a lot. She's going to tell you, Slop's going to tell you how many. And it's a lot, but she shares her opinions. She does do her best to not, spread misinformation, and most of the time. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's a tough one because I don't feel like she always crosses that line where she's spreading misinformation and contacting families and suspects and interfering. I don't feel like she interferes, right? But I do think she uses certain missing children over and over and over and over again. But that's just the way I see it.
So, Yep told us that slop stands for shit left on a plate, and she's not wrong. That's what it says in this woman's description. That is what her channel stands for.
I like that. It
So,
fits right in with our title.
yeah,
Are you for real?
that's what it says.
Oh my gosh.
She used to be D Presents before that Bushcraft D. See, I don't even know her. Like, when that video was brought up 3 months ago, I'd never heard of her. I had never heard
Me
of her.
either. I only knew that Ziggy had brought it up a couple of times, so I knew it from her bringing it up, but I'd never gone over there and watched anything. And I still have only watched the recent 2 videos that we've mentioned, and that's it. Like, I don't even know what she does over there. So she thinks I'm coming after her. I have never even watched her stuff besides the misinformation video and the Ziggy video. That's literally it. So she's a little early to the game here.
All right. Here's some more. We're only halfway through, guys.
Summer Wells in one playlist. I don't even like Prayer Garden that much, but I'll be danged if somebody's going to abuse her anymore. And I mean that. She's got more right to be here keeping a missing child's name out there than you got to be here making fun of people keeping Summer's name out there. YouTube pays us, not you. You have no say-so. You got that? No say-so over what Summer Wells creators do. And I'm a Summer Wells creator. Get my whole video off your channel, because if not, guess what the next step's going to be? Just what I'm going to do to Deets if she don't get my down off her channel.
This is my first time hearing this. She's gonna
I can't. I don't have her video on my channel.
Her video is not on TPE's channel, and quite honestly, the video on my channel that I did play through Slop is actually Candace Wells' video. So what are you gonna do about that, Slop? You're gonna, Candace could strike you for it, but you fair used it, so she can't. Just like I fair used it, ma'am.
And I'll admit, like, I've made fun of Prayer Garden, but you have to take things with a grain of salt. Like, Prayer Garden makes fun of people. She can handle it. If I didn't think she could handle it, I do that funny word thing with her. If I didn't think that Prayer Garden could handle it and go back and forth, I wouldn't do it. There's just certain people that you kind of know. And listen, I mean, you guys have heard what she has said about other people, and the reason she has to dirty delete half her content is because I think she's a bully. In my opinion, she's a bully. But anyway,
I'm looking through her content, and she's played lots of other people's content. Like, here's one where she's playing Candace and Jody Sue. Here is that Sloan person. That what is she? She's a medium. She's playing some of her content. Like, how are you gonna sit here and threaten us? One, TPE doesn't even have any of your content on her channel, and I have like 1.5 minutes of your edited video. This is wild.
It's a little hypocritical, just a little.
Creator. Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
You have no say-so. You got that? No say-so over what Summer Wells creators do. And I'm a Summer Wells creator. Get my whole video off your channel, because if not, guess what the next step's going to be? Just what I'm going to do to Deets if she don't get my down off her channel. Have a good day. Thank y'all. Nope, I ain't done yet.
Nope, she's not done.
Stay out of my lane. Best thing you can do. You're not the YouTube moral police, nor any channel like yours making fun of Summer Wells creators that are trying to keep Summer's name out there. But no, y'all don't want nobody covering Summer Wells because they're exploiting her. Well, you're exploiting people that trying to cover Summer Wells.
Oh my
Don't
God.
use my
Yes, I
name
am.
again. Don't say my name again.
Slop,
And don't use
slop,
my
slop.
stuff in your content ever again. Don't come in my channel under a different name. And do not come in my live streams or try to record them and use them, because I'm going to make sure you don't. You got
Okay, so I'm seeing here, like, I don't go to her channel. I played that
No,
one
me.
video, that, you know, with the helicopter thing. I played a video. What did I do, MJ? Me and Gavel covered Andy Bernard and Fred Hill's conversation one night, and someone came in and told us about an edited video, and we pulled it up and we compared it to the original, which is Candace Wells' video, and so we compared it, and you could tell where it was edited. That's all we did, and she is big mad about that. Like, her video was on my screen for less than a minute and a half, and we totally fair used it. Like, Gavel went on later to even fully debunk it. We just showed you guys that it on this channel. We just showed you it was Candace's video, the helicopter video, and then later Gavel's the one who discovered that the music in it came out after Summer went missing. So that's all we did, but she's big mad about it, and TPE didn't even do the things that she's accusing her of in this video.
No. Besides, I have made videos about Prayer Garden. Yes, have done
Yes.
that. That is really the only thing that is correct.
But who hasn't, though? I mean, for real, who hasn't made videos about Prayer Garden? Come on, you can't just call one person. Now go down the line, go down the board. Come on, there's plenty.
She really likes Prayer Garden, it seems. I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
she
funny,
does.
though.
And then she says she doesn't
Yeah.
like her, but I'm like, thou doth protest too much, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. She's something else, this one. We got another one. Maybe she wants the attention.
Probably.
Maybe she
They
wants
always
to be called
do.
out.
They
Yeah,
always
maybe she probably got a few more subs for that.
Y'all are such bullies. I can't.
Bullied.
Y'all are such bullies.
I'm the word police with regards to Prayer Garden. That's what Prayer Garden calls me, the word police. The word police. Oh, it's really honestly the reason I did that is to kind of, when I do review her misinformation and stuff, is to make it a bit more lighthearted and fun. Like, it's supposed to be fun, and I know Prayer Garden can handle it. Like, and if I didn't think she could, I wouldn't do it. But she takes
that's
it really fun.
right. Slop
Yeah.
is the one who posted the info for the wrong Andy Paul that Fred then verified was the right Andy Paul, but it wasn't the right Andy Paul. Oh my goodness.
And Ziggy took that down, I do believe, or the post is removed. Ziggy did some sort of edit on her community wall about it, saying, "Oh, Fred misspoke" or something. But when I saw it, the post is gone too. So I don't know.
Is watching their company when you do your sloppy lies. I don't know. Nobody showed their peens today. I just have this up so her video is not showing. There's only a minute left, guys. We can do this.
You got that?
You got it?
Tragedy pimps exposed. You've been exposed.
Is that it? And then I think it's just music after
so.
that.
I didn't watch past that.
I'm not gonna play our own music. Yep, it's just music. Oh, you've been exposed. Tragedy pimps exposed.
I guess I have. I'm pretty shook about it.
Oh my
I don't know
goodness.
what to do.
This
Pretty
is
scary.
wild.
Ma'am,
Fred,
are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay? Please tell me you're okay.
I don't know. I don't get this. Gavel, if you're still in here, where was it? Did you debunk that video on your channel or was it on Chasing's channel?
It was done on Gavel's channel
it?
I believe it was done during the Fred Hill snake. The snake was in the title, like where it was debunking. I think it was in there. Gavel, you didn't even get an honorable mention.
I know, you didn't get called out this time.
And neither did 6 Up. I don't know, just Deets and I are the bullies, I guess. Which is fine. We're going to take it for the team here.
It's all right. That's all right.
We don't mind. We got to do Sloppy Sunday because of it, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, TB messaged me. She's like, "How does Sloppy Sunday sound?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I had just thought of that for a title."
I was like, I'm so glad it's Sunday. Pretty good.
Let's see if I can find where that video is in
Oh, in
Gavels.
there. It's a long live too, so it's gonna
It
be.
is a long
It's.
live.
I believe it's maybe not near the beginning, but kind of near the beginning because it is a long stream. So it would be
Oh yeah, there it is.
in. Yeah.
Let me share Gavel's debunking. This is Gavel's work I am sharing. Before you get strike at me.
I'm gonna mute for a second, or like maybe 4 to 5 minutes. Okay.
No problem. No problem. There are only 2. I know, but I couldn't remember if you had shared it over there or if you had done it on Chasings, because I know you've done some debunking over there too.
Thank you for watching. I discovered something in Candace Blood's video when I was making my previous video. It's a man talking on Ben Hill the day the helicopter was there. Take a listen.
Okay, so real quick, I can line this up exactly with Candace's video where you can hear the kids playing, you can hear the helicopter, which you can hear really well right now, right? I just want you to notice those things. Is there anything that you guys want to point out or stop?
Girl.
It's fine.
The voices sound exactly like the woman voice sounds exactly like the person's video that is making the person that's making this video right now.
It does.
Strange.
It does. And
I also think that it's important that now when you upload a video now, like and you're a creator in the drop down menus under the bottom, are there kids in this video? No, see more. The next little section says like, does this video present information in a way that it didn't actually happen? And I know she didn't check that box, and she should have checked the box.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right.
Because this is not what happened.
It is, yeah. Yeah, and this picture down here, for some reason, is Dawn holding Summer as a baby. So.
But it gets worse.
Yeah, and really for a minute, like, pretend that Dawn and Candy, you don't know anything about Dawn and Candace, and they're just regular parents. Just pretend, just for a minute, and think about how this would make them feel.
It was definitely on Ben Hill because part of the video showed the house that the Wells lives in. And I can also tell by the mountain in the background. I've seen it before in a video Don Wells made. You can also hear the Wells children in the background. You're about to hear a man's voice. Listen very closely. You might recognize it.
Okay, so here comes this part. And of course, Fred recognizes the voice.
Oh, you gave me 2 bottles?
You're going to hear some children cussing in the background. Listen very closely.
I just noticed Tracy's comment on Gavel's screen. Says, goodness, this is clearly the same lady. She was screen recording and it's herself she's hearing.
It sounds like her. I thought it
It does
also,
sound
just for
like
anyone
her.
just coming in, this is the video that she has sent to TBI, guys. So just so
Yes,
you know, the
this
one
is
that
the
she
one where
edited.
she has warned me and has given me 72 hours to remove from my channel. I don't know what's going to happen in those 72 hours after those 72 hours are up, but I'm here for it. We'll see. I'll let you know. But yeah, she took this video that she edited from Candace Wells' video and sent it to the TBI, she says.
Will y'all stop getting in trouble? Because you're costing me a fortune with the bail money. Come on. Dang.
Whose voice do you think this is you're about to hear?
Yours.
Let me know in the
Yours.
comments.
Yours.
He puckered out there and he couldn't make it come out.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
That motherfucker puckered up like a. Yeah, then I afraid it was gonna blow on me.
Thank you for watching. Please like.
Oh, gavel was muted.
You're muted, Jenny.
And she's recording it, and she doesn't know that she's picking up people in the back. Goodness, them
I
her
mean,
cussing grandbabies. Mm-hmm.
well, now to be fair, the kids are the Wells kids. In Candace's
Cussing.
video, you can hear them. They just said SHIT or something or holy whatever, and yeah, you can hear them in Candace's video. It's not a big deal. They're boys, they're kids, they're
So
outside.
I'm going
And
to jump forward a little bit here to where she goes into greater
he
detail.
thinks it's Cotton Simpson, and he thinks that was before Summer went missing, that the helicopter was there cutting trees. He asked when that video was made, do you know? And she says, no, it was posted by Candace in February 2022. Okay, February 2022 is when this video was posted. And when the video that she claims was there and was deleted by Candace would also have been posted. That's what she's saying, February 2022. Would have been from June 2021. The kids were there. They clear cut every 3 to 5 years. Well, that doesn't mean it's June 2021, number one. But it could be. I don't know. Again, you're going to find that doesn't matter in this case. All right, just the date.
Thank you for watching. My name is Dee. Tonight,
Can you guys hear that okay?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to know because I'm sharing the whole thing.
I was watching one of Ziggy's lives where Fred Hill said it was Cotton talking on the tree trimming video. There were people in that live saying I manipulated that video.
You did.
No, I did not. I used parts of 2 videos that Candace Bly had on her channel, one of which is now deleted, and I only have part of it. I didn't add voices. All I did was magnify the voices that were on the video. I did not add anything to those videos. All I did was enhance the voices so you could hear them. I don't appreciate people saying I manipulated them. I'm the same Dee that researched Earl Taylor Pumpkin Jr., but
Wow.
Ziggy can't even remember who I am. I just changed the channel name, that's all. I'm still the same person. I've been here since June 16th, 2021.
I believe that is correct. She's
I'm
still the same
trying
person.
to find Summer Wells. I don't have time to play games with videos. I was researching a video, and I was watching a helicopter video and noticed a man talking, and it got my interest. When I went back.
So just take note of the fact. So this what must have been like the second video she put out on it after everyone was accusing her of editing it. But just take note of the fact that she claims, to have stumbled across this 2.5 years after Summer went missing. She's the only person to have stumbled across that. It doesn't even make good sense.
To get
Agreed.
the link to the video was gone.
That's a lie.
Somebody deleted it off Candace's channel. I don't make this shit up.
I think you
I'm
do.
straight up.
I agree.
I'm a no nonsense kind of person. I don't go around making shit up, even to
Well,
get
we just
clicks
watched her
and
lie a
views,
bunch
because
today.
I take Summer
I
Wells
know.
seriously. And I'm tired of all the lies and all the bullshit.
So are
Don't
we.
say I made shit up. I haven't made anything up. I didn't know who the man in the video talking was. Fred Hill just confirmed it was Cotton Simpson, and it sounds.
He confirmed it.
Objection.
Objection, conjecture.
Objection.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Sidebar.
this is hearing her do this too. I'm like, what is going on? So, yep, here we go. And it's gonna be a little bit different video this time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds like Cotton to me too. Now that I've heard Cotton's voice, it sounds identical to Cotton Simpson. This is the video I have that's been deleted right here, straight from Candace's channel. The music was already in it. I didn't add the music, and it wasn't me singing either.
Puckered out there and they couldn't make it come out. That motherfucker puckered up like a. Yeah, then I'm afraid it's gonna blow them.
Oh, I got it sped up. Hang on, let me slow it down. Listen to that. Listen, it's hard to hear.
And there it is.
Why are you playing with me?
Sloppy,
ma'am?
sloppy, sloppy.
It's just a little bit more of the song we hear.
I
There's
cannot
the
tell a
edit.
lie. Proceeds to tell every lie in the damn book.
Right. And so now keep in mind, I would never manipulate a video. I never manipulated a video. I didn't manipulate this one. Got it off Candace's YouTube, and it was deleted, and I only have part of it. So I used that part of it. And the only thing I did was make the audio 200%. Right. And it's weird too, because like in the beginning of the video this time, it sounds like somebody says something percent. Let me see. See if y'all can hear it. Let's see.
Either.
32%?
Did you hear that? Did it sound like 200%?
200%?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So we've heard all this. This is definitely Cotton Simpson, right? Let's see. When did Cotton Simpson pass away? Just so we're clear on that. February 14th, 2023. The video was from February 2022, right? Okay.
Well, that's when it was posted, right?
Well, yes, that's when she got it. So I'm kind of a little bit curious why the song being played is this one.
I'm gonna mute it first. Skip back because I don't want it to take this stream down.
A second. Let's make sure it's the right song. We want to make sure it's the right song.
I will drop Gabba's link so you guys can go and hear it.
Does it sound like she maybe accidentally, while was recording it, maybe she recorded herself and that video at the same time?
I don't know.
Like had her microphone going instead of, you know how you can choose to have, if you're screen recording, to have your mic going, and I don't know, just a thought.
Something, but we know for a fact she did something to it.
Definitely.
Had the song.
There we go. Now Gabble's talking.
Stapleton, which was released on July 21st, 2023.
Oh, slap.
In the video with Cotton Simpson,
Boom.
who died months before this.
Oh, that sounds about right in the Summer Wells case.
He must be a music producer. That would explain it. That's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is.
And this video that came off of Candace's. Candace put up in 2022. How did it have a song that was released in July 21st, 2023 in the video?
I'm pretty sure Candace probably gets early releases. She definitely seems like the type of person that gets them a year
But then
before
she's
they're
personal
put
friends with
out.
Chris too.
Oh,
and
maybe that would
then,
be it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think it's just a bunch of us being sassy after that, but the audio is right there, guys. It's not to mention the fact that she took Candace's video. Like if you go watch Candace's helicopter footage, she just zoomed in on Candace's video for her edited version. But the music was a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. I think Slob actually deleted the. She did. So she told me to yesterday in a community post that TPE sent me today that I have 72 hours. Let me pull it back up. I have 72. Oh, wait, I've gone too far. Did she delete it? Oh, she deleted the community post? No, here it is. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong spot. She says, if you support bullies on YouTube, you can leave now. If you support the... Wait, no, this isn't the one that she tagged me in. Oh, she deleted it. Slop, you're listening to us.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, lady.
Oh no, Slop. Well, it's a good thing we have the screenshots.
Well, that, and I played it here on iLive. Let me just go to my current live.
Oh, Sloppy. What can you do, eh?
Here we go. Let's see here. Here we go. This is what she had said. You have 72 hours to get my content out of your video. The video you referred to has been sent to the TBI and privated. I really, really want to know, Slop, why you sent a video that you added music to that wasn't released until after all these events took place and sent it to the TBI. I could do it now, but I'm going to be nice about it. Any other tragedy pimp bullies out there got any part of it? You're blocked. And this is what she said to Tragedy Pimps Exposed. That goes for you too. You're the doxer. Why would I ever go to Facebook Meta to confide in you about other creators? I confide in no one, not in the true crime community. You're blocked too. Anyone who supports these two bullies, bye. See ya. She was big mad.
Count me in because I support these two big bullies right here.
Oh my gosh, she was big mad. That's hilarious that she deleted it now. She knows Candace never had two videos up. You're right, Gavel. She knows that. Come on. You got sloppy slop and you got called out on it.
You did. And probably after this, it's probably not going to be something we even bring up. It's not like we're going to drag this on for weeks. Like it just usually doesn't work that way. But I don't know what kind of videos are going to come out in retaliation. We'll see what happens. But
I hadn't even... We brought that up in the video that the live I did that Gabo was in. That was 3 months ago. The live that Gavel did was right after that. So this is like extremely old stuff. I don't know why she's bringing it up now. And what TPE did was send her praise. She gave her praise, like, hey, she's starting to realize the BS that Ziggy does. And she said that's a good thing. And then she left a PSA that was very non-threatening. And Slop, she had some things to say. Yeah, I agree, Cursed. I saw she had a video on you. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Well, Slop, let me educate you for a second because you don't know the difference between doxing and real life. And the people you support, well, they do it. Okay? They dox. And if you sit and you watch them, then you see it every day. And that is evident. And you know what? You shouldn't speak on it unless you know anything about it. You shouldn't call anybody out for doxing unless you know anything about it. Because you, ma'am, you sit in those chats and you watch. Now, I don't know you. Frankly, after what I just saw, I don't care to know who you are. And I ain't going to speak on you. That's for sure. But to call these two bullies, well, you can count me in because I support them. And I sure as hell support Tragedy Pimps Exposed. I always have and I always will. And for one, she is not a doxer. And two, again, put out the receipts. Video, community post, I don't care. But don't go around calling anybody a doxer. But first, let me educate you for a second, okay? I want you to read these. This is what doxing is, ma'am. Okay?
Oops, sorry.
Doxing involves publicly exposing someone's private information, which that's what Ziggy does. That is what Prayer Garden does. Okay? That's what she does. Without their consent to cause harm. That's what those two do. It can include releasing identifying information about an individual with the intention of humiliation, fear, or bringing tensions from the intent into the real world. That's what Ziggy and that's what Prayer Garden does. Okay? Okay. Essentially, it's like writing someone's name and phone number on a public bathroom stall wall. That happens all the time, so I'll throw that part out of there. On the other hand, going real life on someone refers to talking or taking online conflicts and disagreements into the physical world. Okay? Now, there are people on this platform that do that, okay? And I'm not going to go into detail. You can figure that one out later on down the line. And being in the chats that you watch, well, you'll figure that one out later on down the line. That might involve showing up at someone's home. Well, there you go. Need I say more?
I don't know anything about Slop to dox her with, nor would I ever. And I know TPE wouldn't either. So it's just some wild accusations made. Wild accusations.
Oh, go ahead, babe. Sorry.
I don't know anything about her.
I don't want to know anything about her. I can care less about her. But for her, she needs to educate herself on what the definition of doxing in real life, what the difference is. Because it's clear she doesn't know. You can't go around accusing somebody of it unless you know anything about it. You can't just say, oh, she doxes. When you say doxes, you need to put out what she's done. What name does she put out there? Who's identifying marks, whatever does she put out there? Okay, that's what you need to do. You can't just say, oh, yeah, she doxed. Well, okay. Who? What? Where? How? That's what you need to do. I think I've made my point. So there's
Thank
your...
you, Earth.
Thank you, Earth.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you.
I
Your support.
Of course, you have my support all the time. And I've
Thank
got your back.
I also totally recommend finding, reading up on fair use and what we can do as content creators. You said that, you're new to being monetized and all that, and that's great. No one here's saying you can't be monetized at all. But you need to learn about fair use because it could actually bite you in the butt if you do a bunch of false strikes on people back to back.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I saw too in another comment when I was looking for the community post was she said something about to the people who have been following me for a long time, I lost my monetization for 10 months. You guys know that. This is not a quote, by the way, but it said something like, so I guess she lost her monetization. Yeah, I don't know for what.
I wonder
and
what
she got
she
it back.
lost it for.
I don't know, but it took her 10 months to get it back, so it must have been something interesting.
She had it, then lost it. And she has it again, which is, like I said, that's cool. But this is weird. Very weird.
Yep.
Here's a little, let me see. So here's Illuminati. I'm gonna play her since this was brought up earlier, and you guys can tell me if it sounds like what's her face? Tragedy Pimps Exposed. That's the claim that you two sound alike.
I'd like to hear it. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Thank you.
Okay, let's see here.
Dusty textbook. Here's the summary. In the early 1900s, bookmaking was outlawed. Some states' constitutions outlawed gambling of any kind. Gambling became associated with alcohol and violence.
I mean, I can see there's a little similarity, but honestly, she sounds more like Lynn on a little robot-y, but she sounds like a different creator. I'm not even going to say the name of the creator because if this person's trying to pin this channel on other people, but Pearl said that everybody knows who this channel is, so I don't know why it's that big of a deal.
I could see why people, I mean, then again, I don't know. It doesn't sound like me, but it's me saying that, so who knows?
And no offense, Illuminati has over 1 million subscribers.
I know, right?
Do you think TPE be slumming it down here in Krama with us if she had a channel with over 1 million subscribers?
Exactly. That's why I was saying earlier, I knew it was a bigger sized channel, but I didn't recall it was that big. Is that the right one? Are we sure?
Yeah, that's the one that they dropped.
That's crazy.
What are you doing down here with us?
I know,
that's the one he was
right?
calling out morbid. That's all I remember, or what I was told, I guess. And I do remember looking it up a couple years ago, or not looking it up, but finding it, coming across it. They had been calling out morbid for something, and
PETA.
I don't know.
What can I say?
I don't know. They don't have anything. They haven't had anything on their channel for months.
Yeah.
Like 3 months old.
Weird.
It is weird.
I don't get it. Yeah, people were literally coming in and calling me the person's first name and asking me weird questions that I didn't understand, and then it kind of clicked. Oh, right, someone told me they were saying I was them.
Yeah. Nope, not our tragedy pimps.
It's not me. If it was, I'd probably claim those million subs. I mean,
I agree,
right?
Curse. Like I could hear like a little similarity, but you could hear the distinction between the two. Yeah, Lynn. What is the name of her channel though? I can't remember the name of Lynn's channel, but
who's Lynn?
If I could remember the name of her channel, you would know who. Hang on, I subscribe. I'll find it in my subscriptions.
All right,
Let's
you
hear
two
it.
bullies. I'm gonna hop down. Y'all have bullied me enough, so I'm gonna go hop down and cry in the chat.
Thank you, Earth, for all your support.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Always.
Have a good night, love.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, I'll be in chat.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Disorder in the Court. Yes, thank you. And Checkmate Humanity, but she has Checkmate Humanity. She talks on, and then Disorder in the Court is where she streams trials and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even know that was the same person. I've watched Checkmate Humanity when they were covering, what was it? Was it I don't know. It was a YouTuber trial, I think. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, she covered a lot of those. But
well, that's not
she started out covering that whole situation, and then she streams other trials and stuff too. She has a lot of good content, and I really like her community posts. She has really good under Checkmate Humanity.
I actually reached out to her and asked if I could use some. Oh, I know exactly now. I can't remember her name. Lana.
Yeah.
At one point, I was going to start getting into that and covering her, and I reached out to Checkmate Humanity and asked if I could, use some of her content. I reached out on a comment publicly, and she said, "Yeah, of course, no problem." But I never ended up doing it. Well, yet you never know. But anyway, yeah. So I do know who that is. But yeah, that's not me, guys. Not me.
It's so funny. People, I don't know, think everybody sounds alike. Maybe we do to a certain extent, but
I guess. Yeah,
I didn't hear it.
And after a certain amount of time, you can kind of distinguish between the voices. I feel like at first maybe they sound alike, and then, well, there's someone that wasn't it Krama Mama they thought was Ziggy for a while there.
Yeah, they thought Krama Mama sounded a lot like Ziggy. I don't think they do.
I don't either now, but at the start, I maybe for a second, and then no, not even a little bit.
Well, anything else to add to this one? I think that's all I got for slop.
That's all I got for sloppy too. Like I think we covered it all. If anyone is just coming in, you might want to rewind or later rewind. But yeah.
Yeah, here is Slop's channel link for those who want to check it out fully on their own. Why you'll have bad info corrected immediately, begin calling the people correcting the bad info bullies and meanies. Right. Right. You're the one who edited the video, but we're the bullies. Okay.
Right.
Make it make sense. That's just kind of where I am on YouTube right now. Just make it make sense. None of it makes sense.
If it made sense, it would be a little more tolerable. I think.
It would.
I'm sad that 6 Up is sleeping through this whole thing. She's taking like a sleep because she was awake for, well, kind of like me last night, awake all night. But she's missing me on panel. This is like my first panel in a long time.
Oh, she'll have to watch the replay.
She'll watch the replay. I can count on one hand how many times I've been on a panel, I think. My own a couple times, 6 Ups a couple times, and now yours, Deets.
Aww.
I get shy.
What else has been going on around the YouTube streets? Anything interesting?
Oh, goodness. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Sebastian stuff, and
yeah,
it's so much. It's so much. I can't even talk about it on my channel because I don't even know why. I just can't do it. It makes me feel a certain ill feeling. I try to call out the BS and stuff, but I just don't know if I can do it.
I know. Yeah, let's talk Karen Reed. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, there you go.
Let me see. Has there been
Deets,
anything?
I'm gonna hop down though because I gotta go get something to eat, but then I might come back up too. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
For explaining your side of all of that, and sorry that you were.
That's okay. It happens. I appreciate you having me up to explain, and I enjoyed myself. It was a lot of fun on Sloppy Sunday.
Sloppy Sunday. That's going to be a new thing. It used to be. Used to call it Side Eye Sunday. Now I think Sloppy Sunday might be here to stay.
I like it. I think it's a staple from now on. Should be.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
Well, thank you, Deets. I appreciate you very much. Love you lots.
All right. Have a good one, love.
You too. I'll be in the chat.
All right.
And thank you, everyone, for all your support. Bye. Or toodles. I don't know how to get out.
Oh, I'll kick you.
Okay, thanks, Deets.
Let me see here. Got to kick her down. There we go. So here is, let me pull up. I showed you guys last time we talked about Karen Reed, the Mom Juggling Life Twitter account is hilarious. I went to see if she had posted anything new. This is an hour ago. She just posted what I learned in the Karen Reed trial McCabe edition. Let me grab her Twitter link for you guys wanting to go and check her out. Yes, we love TPE. If someone wouldn't mind dropping her tragedies link again, that'd be great. Oh, I know I'm following. Why is it? Go away. Okay. What I learned in the Karen Reed trial McCabe edition. Allie McCabe attempted to rebrand her family name by telling the story of the puppy rescue to convince people they are good people. I don't know how I feel about the puppy story. What do you guys feel about all that? I don't know. She probably just found a dog. I really have no feelings towards it either way. Allie McCabe has a lot to answer for 1 a.m. trips to the high school. She was supposed to be home holding down the fort while her parents were getting wasted. I would say, yes, Live 360 can mess up. It can show you, it does have discrepancies, but not like wild discrepancies. And I do have a feeling she was out driving around at the time where she said that she was home. I don't know if it's relevant to the case, but I do think that she was out driving around. Could be relevant though. Matt McCabe is only happy around Jen when they are at the bar and he can get vodkas with a splash of Crystal Light. They there has been so much stuff that has came out at this trial, and you can't help but laugh. Not that the situation is funny, but you need the moments to laugh because especially when Lolly is on direct and you want to bang your head against the wall because it's so mundane and boring. You have to find little moments to laugh. So the Crystal Light moment was definitely a belly laugh moment. Matt McCabe wishes instead of singing "It's Raining Men," Jen would sing "Love to Love You Baby" or "Hot Stuff" to him. Looking for some hot stuff. Yeah. Matt thinks it's more exciting to watch the snow falling at a Brian Albert party than actually participating in the party. Oh my goodness. Jen keeps bread and peanut butter in the back of her car because it's Julie Nagel's week. Why do you think she had bread and peanut butter in the back of her car? That was such a weird thing. Oh, hang on one second, guys. I've got to run and grab my headphones. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, sorry. It took a little bit longer than 2 seconds, but we were close, right? I've been experiencing carried retrial withdrawals all weekend. Well, hey, I'll pull up Aussie Insider. She has some great clips. Let's see. Where was I? When backed into a corner, Jen will speak to shock, horror, and harassment. I wish I had the adorable Bostonian accent. The shock and horror. I can't even do it the way that they do it. It's so adorable. But yeah, she was shocked and horrified at everything. Everything. What was this? Fake Steph, the dog handler, is going by Betty Boop, not our Betty Damn Boop. She got busted. Oh, fake Steph. There are so many fake accounts. Crystal Light is Matt's drag name. What did Tater say? I missed it. I love lolly naps. I was so angry that I snapped the SIM card that was in my hand. I don't remember removing the SIM card from the phone. What do you guys take from that whole SIM card situation? Like, if I was going to, like, I didn't do it. I'm not saying I did it, but then, yeah, I did it. And if I did it, this is how I was going to do. Like, I felt like he just. Time is very critical, so say slop. Slop. I feel like he was very careful with his words so much so that he could point out later, "Oh, I didn't say I did that. I said maybe this happened." Like he was just very, very careful. Let's see here. Jen stares at the jury to try to convert them to her evil coven. They have to lock eyes for 15 seconds for her to suck their soul into her web. The McCabe's have trial watch parties where Trulies are the new juice boxes for kids. And Julie Nagel will only go to the McCabe's watch parties strategy sessions if they have Mick Ultra. She's so difficult. Cell phone forensic data is only incorrect if it incriminates Jen McCabe. And Matt McCabe's nerves from the alibi conspiring group text from hell was not from getting caught in court, but the wrath of hell, aka Jen, he was going to receive at home that night. Bang, bang. She just posts the funniest stuff. Let's see if she had anything else new. Go down the only road I haven't. Oh my gosh. Okay, we already read that one. Jen didn't make our accent. She didn't. She was the whole Jen. Like, why did she do it like that? Okay. Thank you, Mama the Gladiator. I really don't know. I haven't been following the whole situation, so I really don't know who's who or what's what. That person has been around a long time, but Steph is not her. No. I don't know. Yeah, the fact that he decided to go to a military base, snap a SIM card, throw that in the trash, and then throw the phone in a different trash can is nuts. And then I'd done all these clips, and then I got the migraine, so I didn't put them together. What do you guys think about the Phantom Jeep? Like this non-existent Jeep that... So when I clipped it all together, the only people that put the Boston accents are cute. They are. I do think they're cute. Some of them. The only people that saw the Jeep in front of the mailbox was Nicole Albert believes it was there. Brian Albert said he did not know. Matt McCabe and Jen McCabe, and of course, Brian Higgins. Those are the only individuals that saw the Jeep there. Brian Albert Jr., he doesn't mention it at all in any of his testimony. Sarah Levinston doesn't mention it. Julie Nagel doesn't mention it. And none of the 3 drivers of the Ford F-150 mention it. So no one else sees this, surprise Phantom Jeep, the ghost Jeep with, the white Jeep with the plow on it. And it's not like it's something they would miss. So what do you guys think the importance of that is? Like, why is it injected into the conversation now? Giving him a spot, giving him an alibi, it doesn't make any sense to me. I was wondering, practicing my frisbee throw when my frisbee accidentally landed in a random dumpster. It was at that point I realized it was my phone. Will you please go live if Proctor takes the stand? I might, just because it would be a nice small chat, Nicole, and I know all the other chats are going to be so large and out of control when Proctor goes live or takes the stand. It's going to be insane in everybody's chat. This is how I would have done it. Yeah, why not just toss it in the ocean? Make it make sense. Let me go to Aussie Insiders and see what her newest videos. I haven't been able to watch them the past couple days, see what she's got. Let me grab her channel link for you guys. If you can't sit through all the trial stuff, I totally recommend Aussie Insiders. She's got some really interesting clips. Lally self-owns. Ooh, let's watch this one.
We still do not have relevant time periods. From the Commonwealth's evidence, we know that my client drove by the Canton Library at 12:16 a.m. on January 29th because that was recorded. There is video of her driving by at that time, heading to 34 Fairview, which is where John O'Keefe died, with her taillight intact. We know that my client arrived back at John O'Keefe's residence at 1 Meadows Ave in Canton at 12:41 a.m. because the Commonwealth produced a voicemail that she left for John, where you can hear the garage door closing, the car door closing, the house door closing while she walked in her high heels on the garage floor. 1 Meadows is about a mile from the Canton Library. We know the video equipment was working because they have that footage from 12:16 a.m. But in the video that the prosecution turned over to us, there is a gap in that video from 12:37 a.m. to 12:39 a.m., which would have been the precise time my client would have been driving back past the library. We know.
What do you guys think about that? For those that are just starting, I don't know how many have watched the trial the whole time or not. This is actually the very first hearing I watched on the trial because Chasey, I mixed chasing and Tracy together and got Chasey. Tracy Ann shared this out when she was covering Gannon's trial. And the first thing I noticed was all the law enforcement standing in the aisles, all the people standing in the aisles. It was very bizarre. And that was before I knew anything at all about the the case or the trial or anything, but you think they clipped it out? Well, do you remember on the stand, did we have court Friday or was it Thursday? Anyway, the last day that we had court, the person from the library said, that's not what I gave to Proctor. The disc for the footage, that wasn't what he had given to Proctor. I found that interesting. Yeah, isn't that wild? All the people standing up in court. But
We know that that footage would show that my client's taillight was still intact at that point because she never struck John O'Keefe with her vehicle. Yet the prosecution has produced a video from the library with that crucial time period missing. This evidence is strictly in their possession.
oh, here it is. You're right, Tuesday. Thank you, hippie chick.
So I'm showing you a disc. Just ask you, as far as that video from the Canton Public Library, you've seen that video subsequently, is that correct?
This disc with the wording on it?
Yes.
No, I have not seen this.
Not that specific disc, I'm sorry. So, but the footage, have you been shown that particular video footage, or did you review
How
that
would he
footage
know?
before you give it to the trooper?
What video footage is on it?
This is not mine to the trooper.
No!
No!
No, may we approach?
Okay.
When you arrived at this Samaritan, who, if anyone, were you met by, and sort of what happened with regard to Mr. O'Keefe's death?
So we're continuing interventions from the ambulance through the bay into their cold room. We were then met by registration, a registered nurse, and the doctor that took care of the patient, as well as a team of other assistants.
He did, Remy.
The doctors and nurses might have follow-up questions, so I try to stay available as an asset that they can bounce those questions off, at least for 10 or 15 minutes afterwards, to make sure the whole process is completely transferred from all the interested parties.
And you indicated in that you had said something to the effect of, there's a question about whether or not Mr. O'Keefe had been hit by a car, correct?
Correct.
And so from your conversations with the defendants and the sort of expounding questions that you would ask for clarification, why was it that you related motor vehicles sort of specifically as a question to the hospital staff?
So it was due to the proximity of the patient to the roadway and the vagueness of the statement. How he got there, we're not sure. So we're trying to figure out what happened, but due to the proximity of the roadway, that was our first inclination.
I'm not sure.
You know when these questions would have been helpful, Lolly? On direct.
I left it open-ended to the staff of the hospital that these are both possibilities of what happened to the patient.
Of course, if you had said that to the staff of the hospital, staff of the hospital would certainly put it in some of the medical reports, correct?
That calls for speculation.
They don't have to. It's really up to them.
And you're aware that none of those have that statement?
I'm not aware.
You testified that you treated Mr. O'Keefe upon arrival on January 29th, correct?
Yes.
Did a firefighter ever approach you on the morning of January 29th and tell you that he had information suggesting that the victim had been struck by a vehicle?
Objection.
Bravo.
Do you remember that?
I do not.
So if a firefighter indicated that he informed you that he had information suggesting that Mr. O'Keefe had been in some sort of vehicular accident, that's something that you would have included in your report, correct?
I don't know if that's a fair assumption.
But as you sit here today, you have no recollection whatsoever of anyone telling you that the victim had appeared to be in some sort of car accident, correct?
Something was said. Not good. What was it? Well, I think, I don't have it in front of me, but I think my note that I prepared for Mr. O'Keefe states that per EMS report, so one of the medics, as in one of the folks on the ambulance who brought Mr. O'Keefe in, again, I'm not right in front of my note, but as I recall, it said something to the effect of per EMS report, the patient may have been struck by a vehicle.
Can I show you a copy of that report?
That's not on the report.
All right, so
I'll ask a question. Is your recollection fresh?
yes.
Is there anywhere on that report that says that the patient came in and there was a statement by EMS that the victim appeared to have been struck by a vehicle?
Just give me a moment to read through the. So no, there's not.
In fact, there's no mention of a vehicle whatsoever, correct?
Have there really?
That's correct.
Yeah, Zen, all's good. Hey, country. Okay, so there. This is why I don't understand. Maybe somebody else who's watching the trial understand why he did all the eyewitness testimony that he did and straight out of the gate, because it has really muddied and confused. It has to have confused the jury, because a lot of this eyewitness testimony contradicts itself, which we know eyewitness testimony isn't completely reliable. We just know that from trials, and anybody who's done anything pertaining to true crime, you know, eyewitness testimony isn't always the most accurate thing. So why did he spend 18 days going through countless eyewitness testimonies? I feel like he could have taken out half of them. Half of them. I agree, Hazel Eyes. I love Emily D. Baker. I have secondhand embarrassment for the investigators and for the investigators for sure. For the prosecutor, I'm just wondering, like, why? But again, I'm holding my judgment on what I feel about guilt or innocence until we hear the experts. I've always stated that I've got to hear what these experts have to say. To know what I feel and what I stand. But I just, the jury has to be feeling some sort of way, which someone said that there was a reporter that went on a YouTube channel and talked about how the jury is reacting. If anyone can remember who that was and where it was, I'll pull it up for us to watch.
I have one moment, John.
Yes. I know, right, Remy? I know exactly where everything is with the waterfall.
Thanks. I have no further questions.
All right. Get him, Liza.
And so for purposes of your calculation, if Ms. Reed drank alcohol after 12:45 a.m. and before her blood was drawn at 9:08 a.m., your entire calculation would be invalid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Thank you. No further questions.
Something said, not good.
No further questions.
Bingo! What did I tell you? Oh my God!
LTL, thank you,
Oh,
Remy.
you just hit it out of the park,
So in
yo!
this instance, Mr. Roberts, you're dealing with the time of incident. There was no.
Like,
Who's this guy?
Yes,
I don't know this guy. Buckle up, it's full. I don't know who this commentator is. DUI guy? Oh, I've heard of him. He's cracking me up.
Was at 12:45.
And as far as the BAC or the serum conversion that was coming from a medical record, as far as, so that was known as well at 9:01.
Yeah,
The time that the blood was drawn, yeah, that was known as well.
Now, as far as the question you were just asked, if the defendant drank alcohol after 12:45,
Don't panic. Just come up with a good story.
does that include sort of shortly after 12:45, or how long after 12:45 would it take in order to affect your calculations or your retrograde travel?
It's hard to say where that would have skewed it. It would have definitely caused a different time frame depending on how long after the incident or the reported last drink. If there was another drink in between there, it just shortened up the amount of time that would have been prior to the blood draw for sure.
Oh.
What I'm asking is, would it have any significant impact, or would there be any difference if the last drink was, say, at 1 a.m. versus 5 a.m.?
So that'd be a 4-hour difference. So essentially, that could, given the conversion rates, that would put the numbers very different. Yeah.
That did not go the way that Lolly wanted it to go.
Don't. But what I'm saying is, so the 5 a.m. would significantly impact your calculations, correct?
Yes.
1 a.m. would that significantly impact your calculations?
No.
If I could just ask one question. You said that you were given 12:45 as the time that you sort of based your analysis on. And
yes.
To be clear, that was not something that was provided to you by my client, right?
No.
That was something that was provided to you from a police report.
Correct.
That's good.
No further questions.
That's a great question. Yeah.
All right,
Everything,
Mr. Roberts, you are all set.
you can't trust
Thank you
anything this
very
guy
much.
said. His numbers are completely irrelevant because they're based on too many assumptions.
Okay, your next witness,
He's
Mr.
crushed.
Riley.
Hey, cutie pie. There is that one. Let's see. She had another new one I haven't seen yet.
So, Doctor, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop you. I think part of it is that you're saying so much and your voice is fine, and then it drops. And it's fine. And then it
This
drops. So
isn't
Paul,
his
can we
fucking
turn?
problem. Get this lady with the trunk who's huffing shit off her phone, and maybe she can hear this man. We could all hear him.
Get off the phone, trunk woman. Get off the phone.
We could all hear him. Bev, not all.
So that was like another thing I noticed in the Noah Pressgrove case. And if you go and wait, what? Show the change. What's the change on Karen's timeline? I can show you a heck of a lot more changes on everybody else's timeline than Karen's. But with the Noah Pressgrove thing, they stated the same thing, that, you know, the Oklahoma State Police came to that same assumption because there was no injuries to the torso and below, that it wasn't a car accident. Now, am I fully convinced that it wasn't? Not yet. I'm still waiting.
All of us have a mic implanted in our fucking mouth, Bev.
My understanding is that Karen Reed's blood was drawn at around 9 a.m. the night after all of this happened, which allegedly happened around 12:45. So I believe her blood draw, which was a hospital draw, which has a lot of problems, but that was done.
Yeah, we know where Karen was. I can pull up a document that tells you where Karen was based on a pretrial document that tells us where Karen was.
At around 9 a.m. And I believe her BAC was 0.07, 0.08, which is around the legal limit in most states. Retrograde extrapolation is taking a BAC at a known time and using facts and information generally provided by the person who's alleged to be intoxicated to figure out what your BAC was at an earlier point in time. And in order to retrograde extrapolate what your BAC was at that earlier time, there's pieces of information that need to be known. You need to know the BAC at the time of the draw. You need to know the alleged time of the last drink. Use a standard elimination rate, which has all kinds of questions. You would need to know the gender, the weight, the type of alcohol that was alleged to have been drank, the food, the timing of the food. All of these things go into play. I think you can understand why retrograde extrapolation is probably a bit of a junk science, given all of the variables that are taken into account. But in all my years of prosecuting DWIs, which I did for years and years and years, and I still represent people charged with DWI, I have never seen anybody attempt to use retrograde extrapolation for a time that was like 8 hours earlier. Why? Because that's crazy. There are so many things that could happen between the alleged time, the time that you were trying to figure out the BAC and the time that you know the BAC. There are a million things that could impact what that score looks like. It's just crazy to me. I've never seen a retrograde without.
I can hear this guy fine, Jake. Are you having a problem hearing Dr. Feelgood here?
No, I can hear him fine.
He's clear as day. What is going on with Dr. Bev? Like, she is hating on good old Dr. Feelgood and Feller falling at Babu.
There's a logical, a file system, and a physical, and they're a little confusing, so I'll try to just explain it in layman's terms. A logical examination is where the software, so in this case, the Celebrite software, kind of has a conversation with the phone, and it asks the phone to provide certain information to the user. So it's kind of like a nice talk back and forth, where it asks maybe a phone for its text messages, and the phone provides its text messages back to the software where we can look at them. The step up from that is a file system, and that's where the software, in this case, Celebrite, goes through and actually pulls the entire file system off the phone. So if you think about when you go on your computer and you go into Windows and you click through all your different folders where you save your songs or your documents, it's basically taking all those documents, all those folders, and putting it in a place where we can look at it and use it. The last certification, which is a physical analyst, is the process where the software actually goes onto the phone and it just rips that information off and copies it. So it's not really talking to or being nice with the phone anymore. It's saying, I want an exact copy of everything you have on that phone. And that's what we call when we say it's a physical as opposed to logical. And those are the two classes they teach.
And sir, you may have already touched upon this, but you're certified in all three of those methods with Celebrate. In other words, the logical, which gets you the least amount of information, the file system, which is somewhere in between, and then most expansive extraction of information being the physical. You're certified in all three.
Exactly, and that's a fair explanation of the three, yes.
She's giving this guy so much shit.
Such a hard, of all the witnesses so far, this man is getting her wrath, and I can hear him.
Out of all the nose breathers that they've had on the stand, this is the guy she's going to give the shit to. Breathing through their nose.
This is the guy.
What's happening, Jay?
Oh, fucking please, before I get the shit.
Oh yeah, what do you think about this? These like fight videos have came out since he testified that he's never been in a fight. I don't know if that's what this one is, but
Chuck a beer and hit that shit.
Yeah, but speak into the microphone.
I'm gonna bring it really. Bev, the man is talking into the fucking microphone. Have you lost your mind?
Dad, tell them the guy never went inside the house. Game over. Because Brian Albert, a cop, is definitely going to conduct a cover-up in a group chat on a cell phone. Furthermore, it's completely normal to report the facts of the case to the news. Even John O'Keefe's girlfriend was saying he didn't go inside the house at the time. Grasping for straws here. Ellie McCabe lied. 360 data shows that she lied. But they didn't try to dispute the trip from 34 Fairview to Colin Albert's house back to her house. They were trying to say she took trips later that night, and she said she didn't.
I'm sorry.
So the part I don't understand about Chris Albert needing that comment, like Matt McCabe said, tell him the guy didn't come into the house, and they claimed it was for media. Okay, I can understand that. Chris Albert doesn't have to mention anything. All he needs to tell media is that I wasn't there. I went home after the Waterfall Bar and Grill. So I don't know what happened at 34 Fairview. Boom. End of his statement to media. Why does he need to say anything about Officer O'Keefe? Like, his comment to media should have just been, the last time I saw him was at the bar, and then I walked home. So that's the part that I don't understand.
Poor man with threats of fans being turned off and everyone in the courtroom sweating profusely.
Sir, you have no one to blame but yourself. Speak up, sir. Speak into the mic. I can't say it any other way.
Looks like Karen Reed's dreams of freedom have just been shattered by a taillight.
Those pieces of taillight were placed there after the
The
fact.
Commonwealth is debunking her lies, taillight fragment by taillight fragment, piece by piece.
Like, seriously, she's like, listen, Jerry, you are fucked if this man who was talking into the mic can't do any better. You're all going to sweat your ass for the next 3 hours because fucking I can't hear.
Now I feel great pain for this poor pathologist. I mean, this guy's just trying to come here, kick some knowledge, and, he's getting flamed. Like an absolute flamethrowing by Judge Bev. Like,
but that's not how power works, and that's what I think people might be missing in this. There are, being very general here, there are clearly power dynamics at play here that are way bigger than Lindsay Catani, me, you, or anyone else involved in this. Like, we are just being like played. We're not being played, but like there are people in.
Oh my gosh. Now, those that claim that everybody who believes that something's off, because it is, are buying into this giant conspiracy. This dude is going into a deep conspiracy.
Involved in all of this. And we are just kind of like the front, like facing apparatus that people talk about. And I don't know, it's not like there are people involved telling us anything, because I am completely confused. I'm trying to figure all of this out, but I can just sense it. You can just, like, Alan Jackson is here. Like, there are clearly powers that be involved. Like, the feds were involved in this, Levy and Karen Reed, and there is this story. You all who are watching this right now, you are like the people who discover like something before it goes like very, very big. Because when this story is told, it is going, like, forget a modern Watergate. This is like the most ridiculous thing that I have ever seen in my career. I have covered a lot of corruption. I've covered a lot of nonsense. I have never seen anything like what the Karen Reed PR apparatus turned into. And I've never seen something have that many tentacles in so many different places.
The Karen Reed PR apparatus. I don't follow him, but I did hear he's not allowed to attend in court anymore. What happened there? Like, why isn't he allowed to report on it?
The only way this can happen is when you're talking, forget about money. Anyone can make money and have connections.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to instruct you. If I have to turn off the fan, I expect you to place all blame on the man in the suit on the stand. That's it. Proceed.
The only way this stuff can happen is when you're talking to people who have like learned skills in like high level mass psychology, like public manipulation, public relations. And then to top it all off, you have this bullshit like blackmail stuff, which you only see in the fucking intelligence community. It is some fucking crazy shit. And the people who tell this story, forget a modern Black Mass or a modern All the President's Men from Watergate. This is going to be its own thing. And I promise you, all the people, it's interesting actually how it backfired. All the people who thought they were going to suppress this information have now like put Lindsay on the center stage. Why? And if enough people ask questions, they're going to find out why. And that puts the whole Karen Reed person situation together.
Right, Sleuthy, exactly. If you've covered a lot of corruption, why would you think corruption wasn't possible with the Canton PD? I didn't buy into a lot of corruption until I started digging more into it. And that had nothing to do with what a certain group was peddling. It's just my own research on the situation and the corruption that they have had in that area. Not just Canton, but like Massachusetts, Boston, that whole area.
It explains what Karen was doing in the pretrial process. This is the story of the past 25 years. And it's going to be told, and it's not going to be told from the
It's a big story right now, but I wouldn't say that it is the story of the past 25 years.
perspective of people talking about a fucking dog bite and some other bullshit. It's going to be this crazy shit that happened. And you all are here seeing an early preview. And I assure you, Lindsay's at the center of it, which is why she's being fucking tormented, because inadvertently or otherwise, by a mistake or happy accident of history, as Bob Ross would say, Lindsay's canvas that she painted took down a fucking multi-million-dollar PR apparatus surrounding a very well-connected former professor. So that's really what I think this is all about.
Very well connected.
Objection. That's hot. I'm hot too.
Oh my gosh. Oops. I'm gonna click that. Okay. Let's just read through this real quick. This is the Commonwealth's memorandum. So this comes from the state, and this tells us where they believe Karen was at what times. And I keep hearing people talk about she went here, she went there, and I'm wondering where they're getting that. There. Where to? Blah, blah, blah. Hello. So here is where this is where Jen McCabe says that she watched the vehicle pull off at 12:45. The defense claims that we are going to hear audio of Karen Reed at 12:41 walking across the garage. Right now we haven't heard it yet, but that's what they claim, so we'll have to wait and see if that's true. Then she could not have seen the black SUV leave at 12:45. Then at 4:53 a.m., Miss McCabe stated that she received a phone call from Miss Reed looking for Mr. O'Keefe. The phone call was placed by the victim's juvenile niece at the defendant's direction to Miss McCabe's cell phone. Miss McCabe answered the call from the victim's niece, spoke to her briefly, and the niece then handed the phone to the defendant. The defendant sounded distraught over the phone and drove over to Miss McCabe's home. The defendant told Miss McCabe that she last remembers seeing the victim at the Waterfall bar. Miss McCabe then informed the defendant that she observed the defendant and the victim leave the bar together. Miss McCabe also later informed the defendant that she had seen them in Miss Reed's vehicle in front of the home on Fairview. The defendant also informed Miss McCabe that she and the victim had gotten into an argument the last time she had seen him. The defendant arrived at Miss McCabe's home around 5:30. Shortly after the defendant arrived at Miss McCabe's home, Miss Carrie Roberts arrived there as well, as she had also received phone calls from the defendant that early morning looking for the victim. Miss McCabe then drove Miss Reed's vehicle from her house back. There's another document that has where she went before this, but this is also going to tell us something that I have yet to hear mentioned in trial. While driving to Mr. O'Keefe's house, the defendant stated to Miss McCabe, "Could I have hit him? Did I hit him?" That's a little bit different than what we heard in trial. Miss McCabe stated that the defendant also told her about a cracked taillight on her vehicle. Once they arrived at the victim's home, the defendant had Miss McCabe look at the cracked taillight. Did that happen? We saw the video. Did that happen? Which Miss McCabe described as the passenger side right rear taillight as cracked and missing pieces. Miss McCabe and the defendant then entered Miss Roberts' vehicle to go looking for the victim. The defendant was seated within the back passenger side while Miss Roberts drove, and Miss McCabe was seated within the front passenger seat. Miss McCabe stated that they turned onto Fairview Road. Okay, this is skipping where they went to the waterfall first. Hang on, it might be later. There's the interview of everyone. This memorandum does jump back and forth in time. Okay, there they talk about the taillight again. The interview of the Coloquitas. It's going to tell us about some video of Karen driving past the waterfall at a certain time. I just got to find where it is. I know it's in here though. They went to her parents' house. She stated they were at the waterfall for an hour. There were no arguments. She dropped the victim at the house on Fairview. Made a 3-point turn in the street and left. She stated that she did not see the victim enter the residence. So if you're claiming here that this is Karen changing her statement, then you have to accept that for all the other ones. Because remember, this is just the interpretation because it's not in a document. The victim was uninjured when she dropped him off at the house. However, when she discovered him the next morning, she observed him lying face up, snow on his legs, his eyes swollen, blood coming out of his nose and mouth. She stated that she began providing him mouth to mouth. The black Lexus was seized. Here we go. Observed video from the Ring camera affixed to 1 Meadows Avenue, the resident Mr. O'Keefe. That's not the one I'm talking about. 5:08 is when she turned left onto Pleasant Street. They reviewed and secured video from inside the establishment from January 28 and receipts. From the interior surveillance video, the troopers observed Mr. O'Keefe walk into the establishment. Blah, blah, blah. Her sprint came at 9. Then she came at that time. Then they're going to go into her drinks. They traveled to the waterfall, reviewed and secured both the surveillance footage. At approximately 12:10, the defendant walks out with 2 females, leaving the front door. Moments later, the victim, standing alone at a table, takes a sip from a short cocktail glass and walks out the front door, holding the glass in his right hand. From the exterior cameras, the troopers observed the victim walk out at approximately 12:11 a.m. carrying a short cocktail glass in his right hand, meet up with the defendant, and then the two walk towards Washington Street. The troopers also observed from this exterior camera that it appeared to have begun snowing with a light coating on the ground. On February 2nd, these troopers were canvassing for video footage in relation to the investigation. They proceeded to the Edward J. Lynch Jr. house on Pleasant Street in Canton. They were able to retrieve video footage from the town's IT director, who confirmed that the date and time stamps on the video were correct. The troopers also viewed and recovered video from the Canton Town Library external cameras. And on February 3rd, from the Temple Beth Abram cameras, both the library and temple cameras overlooked Washington Street and Canton. The distance between these two buildings is approximately 1 mile. From the library video at approximately 12:15 a.m., the troopers observed a large black SUV consistent with the defendant's Lexus traveling on Washington and continuing towards Temple. 4 minutes after the victim and defendant exited the waterfall. At approximately 12:17, from the Temple video, they observed the SUV go by. Okay, from the library video at approximately 5:11 a.m., the troopers observed a large black SUV traveling down Sherman Street, take a left onto Washington, and travel in the direction of the waterfall. So she went by the waterfall at 5:11. At approximately 5:15 a.m., the troopers observed a large black SUV traveling away from the area of the waterfall on Washington Street, crossing over Sherman, and continuing onto Washington towards the Temple. So this is before she went and picked up Jim McCabe. They were able to, and here they have her GPS records, and they were able to plot the defendant's movements while the phone was in use for various periods of time. These videos and phone records, yeah. What are you guys saying over here? I think if Bev is going to allow the harassment stuff in, then she should let the third-party culprit stuff in, since that's what led to the harassment. I think she's, getting there. No, nobody thinks that Karen was drinking after 5:45 a.m. I'm not sure she's biased. I do think she's stubborn and not pleased with the big city fancy look. She does not like Jackson. I think she likes Yannetti. Like, if you watch the earlier hearings, she does seem to have a preference of Yannetti over Jackson. But she is definitely not a fan of Jackson. This case has more side bars than a stud ram on a sheep farm. A lot of people are saying the judge is biased and that she sustains way too much. Who thinks the judge is biased or not? I don't like that she has not allowed us to know the reasons for the objections. That is frustrating for those of us watching trial because we want to know. I mean, some of the lawyers try to fill us in on what they think it would be. But she's also let in a lot of things for the, or not, I shouldn't say a lot, but she's let in a few things for the defense that I didn't think she would have. So I think she's just trying to prevent an appeal, but I mean, you're always going to have an appeal. If she is found guilty, that'll be like the first thing they do. The very first thing they do. What demon said? That's what they've said. I haven't seen proof of that, but I have seen the rumors of that. I don't know. It seems that a lot of people think that Karen has been the one pushing this conspiracy about the town being corrupt, but it was the town that pursued it. You're absolutely correct. If you guys watched the original select board meetings, you can see where it was, individuals that have nothing to do with this that were going and asking questions. Lots and lots of questions. Overall, I know it's so weird to hear her say, you can have it. You can have it. Like, I don't know, like oh, it's your lucky day. I'll let you have this one. What? It isn't as noticeable, Cammy. That's what I think. I did feel like she was very biased throughout the hearings, or at least the last couple ones, especially the motion in limine, but I don't think it's as noticeable right now. The whole deal with the glass is still weird. Karen's glass, she possibly brought with her the weird pouring of shots into the glass, and they both carrying glasses when they left the bar. So far, they've only proven one drink with the receipts from the waitress. Now, we've seen that there's a lot more. Lolly mentions them, that they haven't shown the video of that. They haven't proved it to the jury. Someone did a summary of what the kids said. Let me see if I can find it. What's his name? Dan Abrams? Is that who it is? Maybe that's not the right name. It's Dan something, I think. Is the reporter that's at the courthouse. I love motions and lemonade. Does anybody know the name of that reporter that's in the courtroom? Ooh, interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking on Twitter here really quick, trying to find that one reporter I'm thinking of. There's so many things under the Karen Reid hashtag. It's insane. Judge Randolph back, especially for the objections. The feds have been in the courtroom, which is when the shift in Bev's behavior began. I bet they are there for certain parts of it. I'm guessing that they are. Yeah, I know she did one, but that's not who I'm thinking of. It's a male that I was thinking of, but I can look her up. I can't figure it out with her. I try to remind myself she's human, but it also seems she read the feedback comments and then straightened up a bit. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree. Let me look up Jess. There was a guy reporter, though, that gave a really good one that I read the other day. Well, that's not the right name. Oh, there she is. Oh, wait, no, that says parody account. Why do people do that? There we go. Okay, so she did an update on the kids. Did I miss it? What's up, Couldnt? Okay, here we go. The rules surrounding minors testifying are obviously different. From my understanding, there will be no video, no audio. Will be reported by those in the press box. Minus Jackson, we knew he'd be gone. All families are here. Jurors are here. Judge Bev is also here. Things are about to get started. Jurors were told that Attorney Jackson will not be here today and that the jurors should not consider it to be against Miss Reed. They were told not to consider it at all. United will be taking over today. Higgins is on the stand. They did that for a minute. Let's see here. Lots of activity. That was getting ready for they couldn't live tweet while the kids gave their testimony. Well, I know she shared about it. I read it. Boy, I am failing at this right now. Let me see if it's on their page. Boy, they post a lot. Sleuthy, why didn't you put out a document just summarizing whatever like you did in Delphi? That would have been a lot easier. Okay, here we go. Sometimes this is when He went to the podium with no notebook, no notes. This is Yannetti. Before he began to speak, he only asked John's nephew 3 questions. First, you know what it means to raise a hand in anger. He responded that he thought he knew what it meant. Then he asked the nephew if he had ever seen John raise a hand in anger towards Karen. The nephew responded no. He asked if he had ever seen Karen raise a hand to John, and he responded no. Yannetti then said, "I'm sorry you were asked to come here today." Prior to Yannetti asking those few questions, Lolly asked many questions of the nephew, including questions about what his relationship was like with Karen, sometimes good, sometimes bad. When asked what it was like when it was good, John's nephew responded that they were being a family, being happy being around each other. Sometimes when it was bad, he got in trouble for doing something wrong, and Karen would yell a little and had a bit of an attitude. Sometimes Karen would ignore him and not look happy. I should mention that a few times during this testimony, Lolly, per usual, was hard to understand. He also had a few moments that in the way that he asked the questions was hard for the child to know what he meant. John's niece was then called to testify. She is older than her brother. One thing we learned from both children is that John and Karen never argued outside the home, although they did say that arguments were more frequent in the months leading up to John's death. Is that all she gave about that? She'll do a Facebook Live later. I just hate that the niece and nephew had to testify at all. It breaks my heart that they even had to go up on the stand. I'm glad that they took the extra. Oh, thanks, TP. I'll blow that up. I hate that they, or I'm glad they took the extra precautions and didn't show them, didn't do any audio, no video, nothing at all. But I really hate that they even had to. Is it in her Prezi? Okay, I'll pull that up in a second.
Afternoon, Maria. Yes, people all across the country have been watching this trial intently, but nobody except those of us in the courtroom today saw what happened this morning. The judge ordered the courtroom camera to be turned off, and so we have no recording of these children's testimonies. The niece, she's now 16 years old, and the nephew of John O'Keefe, he is now 13. Both remain calm and composed as they were there on the witness stand speaking to the jury. Now, the nephew, he described his uncle, John O'Keefe, and Reed's relationship as, quote, sometimes rough. He said Reed was nice to him and his sister sometimes and would take them places, but he also said there were a few times when they got in trouble and got yelled at by Reed. Now, the niece, she said O'Keefe had asked Reed to leave their home at one point, telling her that their relationship had, quote, run its course. But she said Reed refused. The niece also described Reed waking her up early on the morning of January 29th, the morning that O'Keefe was killed, saying, quote, that Reed had said something like, maybe I did something, and then later, maybe a snowplow hit him. Now, throughout the children's testimonies, the children referred to Karen Reed as, quote, the defendant. They avoided directly looking at her, even though she was just a few feet away. Reed, for her part, she showed no expression throughout their testimony. She did make a few notes, a few handwritten notes, and then passed them to her attorneys as the children were speaking. Afterwards, when the children were out of the courtroom, Reed turned to her family and smiled at them. The children now live with their grandparents, John O'Keefe's parents, at the home they still shared with him when he was alive.
I don't see it in T's Prezi, but I will drop the link to Criminality's channel. Maybe she went over it in her last live. I have not got to watch it yet. Who do you guys think that we're going to hear from tomorrow? Do we know? There is Criminality's latest live. She was offered access to the ring. So I did hear that the niece testified that Karen did not have access to the ring. So that was new. Yeah, they were coached that, and that breaks my heart. I know that's the hardest part of all this. They lost their parents, then they lost their father figure, and Trooper Buchanan, you think? Bukaki? Mhm. When do you guys think Trooper Proctor's going to take the stand? You think it'll be this week? I have a feeling they're going to go pretty in depth this week. I know that Bev was asking the jurors to consider full days the entire, the rest of the trial. We'll see how that goes. You think we're going to get some experts? Boy, it'd be nice if we did. I felt bad for her saying it like that. Like, it had to be so embarrassing. So embarrassing. I'd be mortified. I did say it. Well, I said it because I read Leandra's comment. I can't say his name. Buchanan. I always get it wrong, but I do know it's not Bukaki. Oh man, that's so horrible. So horrible. I think they're gonna call Proctor. I do think that the Commonwealth will call Proctor. I just think that it's going to be it'll either be right before the experts or he'll be the last person they call. There's so many ways to say it. Hey Grain, how's it going, love? There's only 2 days this week? I thought they had a full week of court. Oh, yes, prior to the days haven't been lengthened yet. She asked them last week to consider she asked the jury to think about and consider doing full days. So it's probably something they'll go over on Monday. Yeah, you heard me say from the weatherman to prove it snowed, because we don't have that proof yet, right? We still haven't received proof that it snowed. Oh, goodness. Oh, that's all I got for you guys today. I really just wanted to, TBE sent me that stuff about slop, and I said, let's go live and address it head on. The Karen Reed combo was not planned, or I would have had a bunch of stuff pulled up in advance. But also, Joneson asked me at the end of my stream if I would let everyone know that she is down for 2 weeks. She got a TOS strike or something. I can't remember what she said it was called. And she's trying to fight it. And so you'll see her around as like the hippie hut, or I don't know, can she still comment under Joneson? But she's trying to fight it with YouTube and get it lifted, but they have her on a 2-week time out right now. But don't worry, she's still around. Just really upset. Yeah, it was just a little chit chat about it. I'm obsessed with the trial. It's a wild one, that's for sure. It's a wild one. I've never seen anything like it. I know, I'm very, very upset. So if you have, let me grab her link. If you have time, go like her videos and do all the YouTube-y things for them just to keep it there, It sucks being on a timeout. Hopefully she can get through. I told her to tweet Team YouTube. That seems to be the best way to get a hold of them, is if you tweet them. But she said it was had to have been a bot that picked up something, because then when she appealed it, it was like denied within seconds. So it was a bot denying the appeal. I say that because they tried to distance him, like saying he wasn't the only one. Yeah, they did try to distance Proctor. They started that it was just in the last couple months of the hearings and stuff, like adding in that, multiple people. My surgery is in the morning. Oh, a country. We'll definitely be praying for you. Oh, lots of prayers for you, love. That's a rough surgery. My grandma-in-law had it done, and definitely going to be praying for you. Yeah, can't keep Joneson down. No, I don't think it wasn't during Dolly. I think it was during a Bullhorn Betty thing, but it didn't make the time given didn't make any sense. at all. Yeah, I'll tell her that too if she does tweet Team YouTube, and we can all share it out. You can't keep jonesing down and her chickens. No. And things are starting to get hectic around here as we start the packing up process, and I'm learning all the things when it comes to designing a home and the remodeling process. And we've met with one contractor, 2 contractors now. I don't like either of them. Don't tell my husband. So we still have a couple more to meet with. It's just such a tedious process. But I'm not sure when I'll be back on. Actually, let me also grab you guys. So I'm with Jones and Down. I might come on this week to do another Noah stream if I can get her to come up and do it. If you guys don't know about Noah Pressgrove, this is part 2 of Jones's live on him. And then let me grab Melissa, did a live on him as well. And it was really good. This kid's story needs to be out there farther. And something needs done in this case. Here is Melissa's live about Noah. It is it's very apt that I think they both called it the bizarre case of Noah Pressgrove. Is that what Jonesy called it too? Let me see. No, hers. Oh yeah. So Jones said the strange case, and MJ said the bizarre case. It is. It's bizarre. It's very, very weird, very peculiar. It's a head scratcher for sure. And I honestly can't believe more people are not covering it, because I hate saying it this way, but sometimes there's just these cases that have all these elements that seem to be what people want that make it go viral. And Noah's case has that. So I don't know why more are not discussing it. And MJ and Jones and both covered it very, very well. So I completely recommend them. So maybe we'll come on later this month and later this week and talk about it. It hurts my heart too. Just seeing all that stuff that was in the newspaper article and hearing the family speak out about it. And he deserves justice. And I haven't heard of even a suspect, not even a suspect. So it's definitely an interesting case that needs more coverage. Your first surgery. Oh, and it's a knee one. Oh, definitely prayers for a speedy recovery, country. If there's anything we can do for you, let us know. And I think I'm going to do our donations to a couple different places. So if you're a member, keep an eye out for the membership community tab to see the receipts of that. So that's all I got, guys. I will see you on the next one. Love, love.